Yo, what up, everybody? So this is my first episode of the podcast I'm starting.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is featuring Beau Heme for the first one. Some of you might know Beau Heme. He's a really interesting dude. He has started his own business.
Yeah.
He's had this incredible work ethic throughout his entire life. He is a man of many hats, a man of many talents. He's been a YouTuber. He's been a rapper. He's been a sound engineer. He's got a really hard work ethic. He's had something like 7 jobs at one time. So I thought he'd be an interesting dude to start with. So if you listen to this, please give me some feedback. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Give it a listen. Tell me if it's boring. Tell me if it's shit. Tell me, hey, I thought this was pretty funny and pretty interesting. But basically, this podcast series, I'm thinking I'm just going to interview people that I deem interesting. I like to find the interesting and the interesting stories in regular ass people. I find talking to people, and if I can get them to bring their walls down and kind of talk to me on a real level and, you know, get to know a bit about people, I find that interesting. Maybe some other people out there find that interesting too, but this is the first episode of the Unnamed podcast with Beau Heme. Enjoy.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. So, welcome to the first episode of the Unnamed podcast with me, Christian, your host. And I got Beau Heme with me.
Oh,
Beau
what
Heme,
up, dog?
For legal reasons, just Beau Heme.
Just call me that. That's my Facebook. That's how I roll on Facebook.
You're like Shakira. Just the one name, Seal.
Pretty much. I set up a proprietary limited for my own name. Yeah, I love that. It's really beautiful.
I love that song. It always makes me think of Batman Forever.
It makes me think of the 90s. And then I cry because Kurt Cobain's from the 90s.
Why'd you bring him up?
Man, I felt a connection when I went to that house in Seattle.
I'm trying to stay positive, and you just brought up Kurt Cobain.
Oh, man.
I'm down AF.
If that Unplugged album is not the best thing I've ever heard an acoustic guitar on.
Ending with the song by, what's his name?
Yeah, he talks about getting the...
He talks about the David Geffen.
Yeah, the
$500,000
$500,000 Lead Belly.
Lead Belly, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
He ends with that Lead Belly cover. Oh, my God.
And that scream at the end. He goes,
Yeah.
That sounds like me pushing out
How does the song... Now I'm trying to think of how the song goes, and I'm actually drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. Where'd you sleep last night?
Where'd you sleep last night?
Yeah. I can remember that personally.
No.
Hang on, were you talking about the song?
Yeah.
Oh, because I woke up in my bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, respect, right?
Yeah. Hey, did you ever watch Sound City, Dave Grohl?
I saw the bits because I love Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. I think I watched that bit.
That's what I was just about to say. I was in a YouTube hole the other day, and I was watching the songs that he recorded with Trent and Josh Homme.
Oh, the Mantra song, right?
Mantra, yeah. That's just that real long instrumental. That's so good.
That's good.
It is good. It's this long, slow build.
It is.
And you get kind of bored during the middle, and then it kicks in.
yeah, I know. And then, piano and all that. That's a legendary studio, though.
That is.
Like, I love just even going on Google Maps and just, like, satelliting it. And, like, imagine, like, in the 70s when, like, Fleetwood Mac were recording Rumours there and all that.
Yeah, no shit. Stevie, she met them there. She was there for something else, and they were there, weren't they?
No shit. And
Isn't that how the story goes?
I believe so. I never knew the others were English, and they were gone for ages. And then they met Lindsay and Stevie in America, and that's when the band kicked off.
Yeah.
And I always joked that Stevie Nicks is the shit, and Christine McVie's like a slag on pop singer.
Yeah.
Like, Stevie Nicks has got these songs, and the other one's just got those, tell me lies, tell me sweet. And Stevie Nicks is like, thunder, more
she
epic songs.
Like the heart.
Yeah.
She really brings the heart and soul.
But, yeah, that all happened there. And they recorded another studio just outside of San Francisco called Record Plant. And that's where Metallica recorded their 2 shittest albums, Reload.
Saint Anger?
No. Reload and Load. You know those two? Like,
I thought one of those was okay.
Stuff?
I thought people hated Saint Anger. Or am I getting it mixed up?
I
know people
Load.
hated Reload.
Yeah. That's like the 97 album.
Yeah. Doesn't that have Fuel on it though?
Yeah, that's the opening track.
Song.
And I like Memory Remains.
Yeah, that's a good song too.
Yeah,
that's a great song. Everyone learns that on guitar.
It's got Unforgiven 2 on it. There should have just been one. You can't forgive him for that. That really backs the name, backs it up. Yeah.
Memory, isn't that memory?
And
lane?
fuel's very relatable because we all put it in our carts, so I can relate a lot
give
to
me
that.
fire.
Give me
no.
Give me
Yeah, that's
rehab.
awesome.
Give me rehab. No, that's too soon. Too soon.
Oh shit.
Get better, James Hetfield. So where we at, dog?
Where we at? So, we've got all these wines. We haven't decided which wine we're going to open. Do you want to talk me through? What did you bring? The Tokar Estate.
Well, yeah. So so this is Christian's first podcast.
This is,
So,
yeah.
and I've got a pretty relatable thing in the wine industry.
So
being in
yeah,
the
for
Valley.
those who don't know Beau, who are those who might be listening to this and being like, who are these two dudes? Beau here started up his own wine touring company, 2 years ago now? 1 year?
Yeah, just over 2
year and a
years.
half? Just over 2 years.
I think the first customer's about this time 2 years ago.
Wasn't I part of your first customer? Was I part of your first group?
Nah, Scotty and his missus were.
Oh, I was the second.
I took him on this bender for a day, which
That's
is,
right,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
every wine tour. Every wine tour is a bender.
And there's great photos from it too.
Yeah, that was propaganda. That was that's where we got some propaganda shots from.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I actually had one of my first ever customers said to me, well, we weren't sure about booking your company because we know you took pictures of your friends next to your car.
How did they know
I'm
that?
like, you fucking dog.
They must have stalked you on Facebook. It's
Yeah,
like, how
but
do they know that?
TripAdvisor, like, I was new. Like, I only had like 3 reviews. And
So it
and-
might
and
have
they're
just
like-
been a guess.
And then they had their own wine tour company going through like Europe. They go to Slovakia, wherever I can't even say the names properly. They go through Portugal and all that.
Yeah.
And they called me out. I'm like, this is so shit. I'm like, I did not get in the industry to be like, oh, your business is fresh, but we thought we'd give you a go.
Oh, yeah. But
Settle
then they
down,
probably
mate.
ended up having an awesome day.
They allegedly had a good day.
Allegedly.
I was not sure what the hell I was doing back then.
Oh, okay.
To a
Did they leave
degree.
review?
I didn't have it well rounded.
Did they leave a review?
They did because they were from a business similar to mine. So they
Because
understand that.
the thing is, like, that was then, but now you're sitting at what number on TripAdvisor?
Out of 156 companies in the food and drinks of Melbourne, I think I'm 8th.
8.
Top
See,
8.
that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. And you're over 100 reviews, all 5 stars.
Yeah, I've got 124 now, and then Google's like 60. I think all up between Facebook, Google, it's like 265 star
Yeah.
reviews.
So
Which
that's
is
why
awesome.
that's awesome. It's so
It's a
good.
blessing.
And who got you your 100th 5-star review?
That was actually you.
That was me.
Yeah.
I do drive to you occasionally.
You
don't I?
do.
And
You
I
do
I
subcontract.
always am amazing.
And you're good because you come from a wine background. You're semi-reliable. You've only gone through my wallet 3 times and stolen 1 credit card. So
that was.
you're a bit of a cheeky fuck. But
I needed more wine.
But no, it's good, man. So that's what we got here right now. We got some
So we
Yarra
got
Valley
some
wine.
Yarra Valley wines because you specialize in the Yarra Valley. So we got the Tokar Estate that you brought in, and then I pulled out some of my stuff, and we're gonna I don't know. I'm
tough.
keen to try the Tokar Estate. I'm
Yeah.
keen to try that.
Yeah,
What else have
they're
we
a
got
really
here?
great lunch venue. They were the first to plant Temperillo in the Valley in '98, so that's their claim to fame.
So why did you bring this particular?
The manager looked after me the other day and gave me a bottle of it. So
That's
I
nice.
wanted to give it a whirl because I want to go back next time and be like, oh, that Pinot, well, that was either really good or, thank you for the thought. But you got some Pimpernel there. You got some Ewing Station, which is like the 3rd oldest winery in the Yarra Valley.
I heard it was the oldest.
Oh, so
hold-
in Australia, it's the 3rd oldest.
Oh, 3rd oldest,
And
but in the
then-
Yarra Valley, yeah, they're
In
the
the Yarra
OGs
Valley,
in the Yarra Valley.
that's 1838.
Wow.
So just before MySpace.
Just before MySpace. Yeah.
Yeah, just before that Tom guy was
Tom
on the
had
whiteboard.
the idea there, didn't he?
Yeah, he wrote it on that whiteboard. If you look in the whiteboard in the background, it says Ewing Station Pinot.
Yeah, there's a class
that's what he's
there
he's
as
got
well.
a maths thing going around it. He's calculating how much Pinot he can drink in one
And
night.
Sean Parker was also there when he thought
Yeah,
of
that's
Napster.
right, Mr. Nabster. But I don't know. We should crack. I mean, I want to crack the Toka, but I mean, I don't think we should crack that Pimpernel. That's an $80 bottle.
Yeah,
you
no.
gotta gift
So
away.
for the wines that I brought out the Pimpernel Vineyards because that's one of my favorites from there. The Pimpernel Vineyard. I brought out the Grouch, which is a blend.
Yes.
That was a gift from one of the customers that I drove for you. That was so nice. They gave me a bottle at the end of the day. They sneakily, when we're there, I talked the place up and I took them there, and then I was like talking about the wines I liked, and they're like, "Oh, so which is your favorite wine from here?" I was like, "Oh, I really like the Grouch and I really like the Pinot." So they were fishing. They knew they were. gonna
Yeah, that's cool. But how cool is that? What nationality were they? Were they American?
That was the like the fancy couple from Perth. They had some money, and it was funny because he was an electrician.
Oh, the West Coast Eagles. Yeah.
The West Coast
Yeah, I know
Eagles.
about that.
Oh,
I've heard about that side of Melbourne. I mean, Australia.
Australia.
Sorry.
Melbourne.
My geographics
that's the real
cooked.
far west side of Melbourne.
Yeah, let's crack. Let's just roll with Tokar.
Let's roll with Tokar. Yeah,
let's crack
the
it
ones I
glass.
brought. I mean, I got a couple of other Pinots here. I did bring 2 from the Yarra Valley. I got, like you said, I've got the little Yering here, which is from Yering Farm, and then I brought a Mornington Peninsula one again, keeping it local, keeping it G.
Yeah.
And then a Heathcote Estate Shiraz, which I've got a couple of those in there because they're bad boys, and I'm going to sell it for a while.
Yeah, that's it. Heathcote, the warmest region of Victoria.
Yeah. Let's do the Tokar.
Where Shiraz comes from.
Here, you do the honours and talk me through it a bit more.
Let me. All right, so.
Oh, I like that ASMR of you cracking the bottle.
Oh,
open.
baby. A lot of discussion about screw cap versus cork. But
Australians, the great Australian screw crab, they love it.
It costs, I think, 2 cents for a screw cap, and the corks, these nano corks that are scanned and like they're fairly pure, they can't spoil. They're like $1.20 production cost. So
there is corks now that don't spoil.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, that's right. So there's corks that.
How much are they? Do you know how much the corks that don't spoil are next to a regular cork? More expensive, surely.
30 cents.
Okay.
Like there's triple cost.
But then a cap is 2 cents.
Yeah, that's the problem. But they argue that the screw cap plastic is it won't age the same quality. It's a different aging. Like it gives a bit of oxygen through it because it goes through the cork, right?
Yeah.
So it gives it a bit different.
Well, also like with a cork, you have to worry about corkage. You have to worry about how am I storing it? Am I storing it? And then if you're laying it on its side for 20 years.
Yeah.
Then you have to think about, okay, has this cork, because it's been sitting on its side and the cork is wet, is it going to turn to mush when I try and pierce it?
Risky.
So then if you are like, oh, I've got this nice bottle that I've had for 20 plus years and I'm going to drink it, you need to have the forethought to pull that out and stand it upright for a few hours to let that cork, let that cork reharden and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's intense.
Facts.
I see. I've only just started learning about the cork process. Not everyone uses it now. Like it's such like the Pimpernel and some other ones.
Do you know? Yeah, it's they're thinking foreign markets. That's why they're thinking foreign markets. I used to work in the wine shop in Berwick. The wine shop in Berwick, Let's Unwind. Yeah, throwback. I used to work there ages ago. That was my second job.
Was that before or after your porn fluffing career?
My porn fluffing career lasted about 3 months. I just couldn't get it right.
You found it real hard.
I found it right. Yeah, no, I found it really, really hard.
What?
And they had me working on a lot of females. I didn't want to work on the females.
Of course.
The men.
Yeah, men 2 for 1. Yeah. Females.
A lot of ladies.
Ladies.
Bill Burr.
Anyway, that's out of my depth.
Anyway, when I was working at that wine shop, I had French customers come in one day. Literally, like French backpackers. Fuck knows what they were doing out in Berwick.
Yeah, that's lost.
French
they
backpackers,
were definitely lost.
They come in and they're just like keeping to themselves. They're looking around the shop, and I was like, "Hi, can I help you guys?" When they walk in, and they're like, "No, we're okay." I can't do a French accent.
That was Jamaican.
Bro.
I
can do a real solid Irish accent or like Pommy accent because I grew up around it.
Potato.
But I cannot do French. Like, oui. I know they don't pronounce H's. That's all I know. But anyway, they're like walking around the shop talking to each other in their own language, of which I'm not fluent, and they're talking to themselves. And then I'm like just like standing there behind the counter, keeping an eye on them. Like, yeah, I'm here if you need anything, guys. Like, and then anyway, the woman comes up all of a sudden, and she's like, "Oh, my husband doesn't want to buy anything without a cork. Where are your wines with corks?"
Oh no.
I'm like, Of that, we have a few, but they're probably from your country. They're probably imported from, like, Australians love the great
Where did we come here?
Yeah.
And they just didn't want it.
And I said, and we don't sell baguettes here either, so fuck off.
Yeah. Where is the buffet? Where is your play?
Yeah, so that was me working at Let's Unwind, and that's the great cork mystery.
And that's how to talk about cork for 5 minutes.
That's how
What a corker!
The most boring conversation you've ever heard talking about corks.
Hey, if you're into wine and you didn't know about it, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
not everyone, even if you're not into wine now, we're going
for a niche market though.
Yeah, even if you're not into wine now, you will be. So look out in your future. Everyone will drink wine eventually and enjoy it.
Yeah. So, Beau.
Yes, Dad.
You were telling me off air that you're a huge Pauline Hanson supporter. Like huge.
I like the idea of being in one nation because technically we're surrounded by water, but I don't like the idea of that ranger. And I definitely didn't say that. You just threw me under the bus.
I was going to throw you under the bus even worse. I was thinking of all the different things I could say, being like, oh, so Beau, you were just telling me that like you agree with Alabama that like
about
we should ban abortions.
Oh wow, that's terrible. I'll Bernie Sanders that shit. A woman should be in control of her own body.
Yeah,
the government shouldn't dictate that.
I haven't even tried my wine yet.
Taste. So we'll let the wine open a bit. You need to do that. And Pinot's very hit and miss. People either do really nice Pinot or they just fuck it up. And
yeah,
I like the taste of that. That was very easy to drink. I haven't had it before.
Yeah, that's nice. You
got these amazing glasses.
Yeah, my
How much are these glasses worth?
They're like $25 each.
Jesus Christ. What do you call them? Board?
They're burgundy glasses.
Oh, they're burgundy glasses.
Burgundy is Pinot.
Yeah, I missed that. I thought you said Bordeaux. I'm like, we're not drinking Cab Sav, bitch.
Oh.
Damn, homie.
Yeah, no, they're burgundy glasses. So they're like, they're big wine glasses. They're fancy. Yeah.
Yeah, Dick Oath.
Dick Oath. So, like we were talking about before, you started Big Grape, just over 2 years ago?
Yep. 24 months to be exact. Same thing. I need another drink.
And you started that with just you and your car, you and the Chrysler. I mean, it is still technically just you and your car, but I mean, now you've got a crew of drivers.
Sort of. Subbies. Yeah, I guess there's like, we all work together, some different. But yeah, the way it started was, even though you didn't ask that, I'll just explain it now because this is the.
I was asking without asking. That's a good interviewer question. That's a good, interviewer question.
Well, actually, now that you brought it up, the price of China in China. So when I started 2 years ago, I was working in hospitality.
Yes, this is something I always admired about you when I first met you, and is that you were working like fucking like 6 or 7 different jobs at once. You were drinking
Pinot.
Have a sip.
So yeah, I've always believed that you had to start at 9 o'clock at one job, and if that job didn't sufficiently give you hours, obviously to 11, I'd have to work 2 jobs. So I always wanted to make 13-hour days just to save money, and maybe there's an element of workaholic, but keeping motivated, earning, every time you go through a week, you're like, shit, that was hard work. But when you get paid at the end of the week, you're like, oh, well, fuck.
It has to pay
It's
off.
done. Like, it's in the bank.
Yeah.
I can go do everything I want. But being 10 years in hospitality at one pub, and an extra pub, actually, so 2 different pubs selling alcohol.
Yeah, 2 pubs.
Yeah, so doing that and then moving to the Yarra Valley like late 2012 with the family.
Yeah.
And then did Uber driving 2015, 2016.
Yeah, you had the 2 bottle shops you were working at, 2 different bottle shops.
Yep.
You had the Uber driving you were doing.
Yep.
You were technically still a carpenter.
Yeah, I'm a qualified carpenter.
You were also a carpenter.
And a few years before I was doing audio engineering. So qualified,
if
that's a qualification.
Yeah.
Technically it is.
Hey, motherfucker, I did 2 years at RMIT for that.
Yeah, shout out.
Look how that paid off. We're doing a podcast.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, but being between alcohol and Uber driving and living in the Yarra Valley, I just blended it like a Cab Merlot Shiraz. And I put all of them together, and the vintage came out nice. Hey, and another thing was I was getting sick of just the same shit.
Yeah,
I knew I wasn't a good chippy. Like I remember I shot a refrigeration line at the pub I worked at when we were doing work there. It was carpentry work.
And with a nail gun?
Yeah, with a nail gun. I nicked
nice.
it, and it's the most expensive liquid in the world, the gas.
Yeah.
And it leaked for 2 weeks, and it was $1,200 worth of gas leakage. And that was kind of the point where I'm like, fuck this. I don't enjoy this anyway, and I've got, what is this liability shit? You know what I mean? Like getting up at 6 a.m. Hospitality is just a means to a start, not an end. Just being in a pub, you start doing it because you want to do other things, you want to get cash. So yeah, did all that. I'm like, how can I work for myself? And I'm like, fuck. And I went to like Napa a few years ago, and I saw all these. There's actually a company called Beau Tours, wine tours in Napa.
You're kidding, Beau Tours?
Yeah, and they're the biggest company there. And I'm like, shit. They all got black vans, Ford Escorts, Cadillacs. Everything was black. Like all their vehicles were black, and they had like, I think someone told me there was 100 vehicles in their fleet.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, holy shit, this isn't in the Yarra Valley. And at the time when I started, of course, there was some of that, and there is now, but just that's where the concept started.
I don't know if it's blown up more in the last couple of years, or if it's now that I'm just aware of it.
Yeah, there's that.
But it seems like, it's blown up in the last couple of years. Like, there might have been a few companies doing winery tours. But now, like, all my friends and stuff, and I see people online and stuff all the time, people I follow on Instagram, they're all doing days out in the Yarra Valley all the time.
It's become more approachable.
It's become more approachable because there's more companies like you doing it.
And people, obviously, with the social media, they see their friends doing it, and then they do it. And then there's people offering cheaper prices than ever.
Yeah.
There's some companies that, even I can get it down to $80 a head, depending on the group size.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of competition. So when I got into it, I was like, shit, I can work for myself. All I need is sweat, clever ideas, and a car.
Yeah.
And to network.
And I think you already had that special, like, you're a very hospitable person. You're very customer service centric. You're very... I don't know, you have a bit of a charm about you that you're very good with people.
Are you hitting on me?
I was.
Oh, I'm hard as fuck. No, I'm actually wet.
Semi-rigid.
No, thanks. But, I think I sat back and I even following people like Mark Cuban or watching YouTube videos, not too many mentors appeal to me. Like the whole mentorship thing doesn't make sense. But I always used to take little bits of advice from videos online, motivational videos, and I even bought some books. A book that really changed it up was How to Win in the Sport of Business, Mark Cuban. He just had good concepts like sweat equity. Like, you don't really need capital to start something. You just need effort. A lot of people complain, where's the expert, where's the money? But a lot of it's just like being clever.
Effort and an idea.
Like if you don't own the van, rent the van. If you don't have a marketing team, learn marketing. Like Google's there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, holy shit, I can work for myself, and I reckon I can do all this.
I think that's also very much a new way of small business and entrepreneurship. Because once upon a time, you didn't have those resources.
And that's it.
Like Google and stuff. Like if you wanted to start your own business 30 years ago, it was very different. But now you've got those resources, and for the person that wants to put in the blood, sweat, and tears like you have, and be like, I don't know this, I'm going to learn it because it's going to further my business.
100. Yeah. 100. Ears to the street. I didn't know everything, but you pick up information from the strangest places. Yeah. My ex-girlfriend told me about Wix, which is an Israeli website development company. It's drag and drop build your website.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, and I got prices for websites that were $4,000. And if you're a startup business,
that's ridiculous.
Like, where are you going to find that fucking money?
No,
you're working for $23 an hour at a bottle shop.
Oh, man,
and you're like, I'm not spending $4,000 on something I can't guarantee I'm going to get a return on. Like, you could, but it's like, that's tough.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you really need to do that? And that's when you start itching. You're like, well, how can I do that? And then the ex, she built her website, and then she told me about it. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And I've still got it. I'm redeveloping new sites now. I've gone up a level. I need to go up a level, but that site's got me 2 years into the business with a very decent turnover.
Yeah, so, absolutely. That was a great commercial for Wix. Wix sponsor this podcast.
It's $190 a year to have a Wix page.
That's cheap.
That's it.
And that covers hosting it.
Yeah. So if you're paying a web developer, which is good depending on what level you're at.
And that's legit. Like a lot of website companies and stuff will be like, yeah, we'll design your website. It's like, oh, I want a 5-page website. Yeah, $3,500.
That's it. Right.
It's ridiculous.
But I've got friends now, obviously, like Ricky at Zane Digital. Yeah. Shout out to Ricky at Zane Digital. He's a good dude. He looks after me. But it gets to a point where you can invest the money because these guys are professionals. Like, there's only so far I can take a Wix site. But if you're just starting a business, don't let that put you off. You can do it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need that money outlay. There's a slight money outlay. Who can't afford $190 for your visual presence?
Yeah, exactly.
You do all your SEO and shit. There is, yeah. So that was easy. And then buying the car, I had money from all the jobs over the years. Obviously you need to save something.
Yeah.
Otherwise I could have leased it.
So we covered the carpentry, and you Ubered for, how long did you Uber for?
A year and a bit.
What did we say, a year?
Yeah, I think I did 200 trips, so I did it on and off.
200 trips. Yeah, because it started, you were just like, oh, I would turn it on when I was going somewhere, wasn't it?
I'd knock off work.
And you'd be driving back
at
to
the job in Glen Waverley. Yeah, and I'd drive home and you could set it on the way home.
Yeah.
And, go to work, get paid. Drive home, get paid. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Best thing ever.
I like your brain because you were like, I'm driving home. I could be making money driving home.
Oh, for sure. Efficiency in what you do. Time management. Just finding the gaps to fill in shit. Like even right now, if I'm running a wine tour, I'm thinking of ways in the background something else can be working. I haven't pinpointed it yet because I'm trying to grow the business.
Yeah.
And that deserves all my attention. But I'm open to ideas. Like I've been thinking like logistics and, you know, just stuff that can work in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you could say it was stocks and God forbid crypto. I don't want to go near crypto. But
No.
if you're clever enough, you'd do the stock market or something.
Yeah.
But that's more long term. I wouldn't really deal short term. That's dangerous shit. Don't do short term trading.
No.
But yeah, I'm lucky. A big thing as well starting was learning to play to your strengths and weaknesses and being real with yourself.
I think that is so important for anybody to know.
And people don't get that.
Anybody to know, like, take a really hard look at yourself and be like, what am I good at? What am I bad at? Be real about what am I good at? All right, this is what I need to do.
Exactly. And it's looking at yourself harshly and trying to sort of take yourself out of your own body, like spiritual shit.
Spiritual shit.
So
we've obviously established you have like this insane work ethic, working all these jobs and stuff at the same time. Where does that work ethic come from for you? Like, where does that come from in terms of, was it your upbringing? Is that something that just happened? Like, I've never understood where that came from.
That is a good question. I'd almost put it down to just DNA, brainstorm. I don't know. It's just playing to your strength. Like, I don't know what it is. I love business. I love numbers. You know, people have heard me asleep, and I've yelled 11 in the middle of the night. Like
11.
Like, you know, you talk in your sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
I yell numbers.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. And then I hear about it, and they're like, "What the fuck? At 2 a.m. you just yelled 11." You know, we're on a trip to USA or whatever.
You don't watch Stranger Things?
I don't know what that is.
There's a character on Stranger Things called 11. I thought maybe you had a thing for her like Drake.
The hell nah, bruh. I don't watch any TV or movies.
I know. This is crazy to me. I love TV.
I'm too busy
movies.
working, bitch.
I find time for that shit. Too busy working.
I'm on YouTube. Hey, YouTube's the shit.
Hey, wait, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about. You used to be a YouTuber. In the early
true.
days of YouTube,
Yeah,
you were
10
a
years ago.
YouTuber.
Yeah, I've got checks from Google. I was monetizing years ago.
Yeah.
Before they restricted it recently, and it was from mainly I post stupid videos like remixes of songs, and I think I was on a current affair once arguing with people on YouTube, and they put it on a current affair. That was in year 12 actually. People at our high school messaged me on MySpace saying, "I just saw you on a current affair."
Oh my god!
I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you saw me on a current affair? I'm sitting at home right now, and we had Foxtel and they used to show it on Sky News or whatever, and I recorded it. And they used my video as an argument for this Vegemite war between Americans and Australians.
Oh my god!
And I was eating an Anzac biscuit with
Tracy
Vegemite
Grimshaw,
on it.
hit us up.
Pretty much, it was Tracy Grimshaw. But more recently, I got paid through Google on YouTube for the room reviews when we go to Vegas. I've been to Vegas a fair few times.
Have you been to Vegas?
I have been to Vegas. Have you been there with me? This year?
Yeah,
I remember that.
I didn't know you'd been to Vegas.
Yeah, I remember you in the back of the Bentley.
So obviously, like,
I remember Dugan in the boot of the Bentley.
Back of the Bentley.
We nearly suffocated one of the lads.
Oh my god! Yeah, so we obviously had our Vegas trip earlier this year.
Yeah,
and it was pretty insane. That was for your 30th birthday, and that was subsequently your 10th trip.
That was my 10th trip, and I went back 2 weeks later. That was my 11th time to Vegas.
That's crazy.
I took my dad. My dad never been there, but for the 30th, it was good, yeah. It was a bit of fun. We hired some nice cars. Christian can't stop talking about the Tesla.
I was obsessed with Teslas, and I hired that Tesla
through
Model S P100D.
Yeah.
I hired that in Las Vegas. We had a day where we hired some ridiculous cars.
Yeah.
We already had one. We already had a Range Rover.
That was the everydayer?
We landed in LA. We grabbed the Range Rover. There was 4 of us. It was you, me, my girlfriend Emily, and Jimmy Duggs, James Dugan.
Yep.
There was the 4 of us, landed in LA, picked up the Range Rover that we had got through Turo.
Yeah,
we went to a supermarket and we were like, yeah, let's grab some booze straight away. Let's get some snacks for this road trip because we were going to do the drive to Vegas. Yep. Let's grab some snacks for this road trip. I grab a bag of chips and some lollies and stuff, and Dugan grabs like a bottle of bourbon or something straight away.
Sure.
And you come out of like the deli section with a tray of smoked salmon.
Yeah, boy. That's my shit. I
You're
need
like,
to get
just
oiled up.
I need the oils. I need
Oh,
the
man.
oils.
There's nothing like cruising up. I think it was the
Crenshaw
105. I don't know. We were driving into Crenshaw because Nipsey Hussle had just got shot.
Nipsey Hussle
3
had just
weeks.
been shot.
So we went to the
Famous
memorial
rapper.
in the middle of South Central.
So yeah, that was our next stop. We were like,
Yeah.
well, first we went to In-N-Out, but In-N-Out wasn't open yet.
Yeah.
Because there's the In-N-Out like a kilometer from the airport in LA. So we went to the In-N-Out. They weren't open yet. They didn't open till 10, and it was like 8 in the morning. So then we went to Crenshaw, down like Compton, Crenshaw, South Central LA. Like
There was Crips around.
Oh, there were Crips.
We were in the car park with Crips.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went and saw Nipsey Hussle's his like memorial site.
Yeah. Literally 20 days after he'd been killed there.
Yeah, and they had that huge processional up Crenshaw Boulevard.
After we left.
After we left.
Yeah,
was that after or before?
It was after.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I remember watching it. They live streamed it.
Far out.
It went for like 3.5 hours up the streets of LA.
Yeah, they just did that slow processional and it
yeah.
shut down Crenshaw Boulevard and just everywhere people were there.
But that was the thing. We pulled up to South Central LA in this Range Rover and we're just eating smoked salmon. There's like Crips there and we're eating smoked salmon. And I got like Birkenstocks on with socks and shit.
Yeah, that's...
And Dugan was wearing a blue shirt. I'm glad it wasn't red.
Oh, no shit. This is there. That's the thing. You travel in socks and Birkenstocks.
Yeah. I want to take those shoes off on the plane. You know what I'm saying?
You've converted Emily. She traveled through LA and she's understood. She understood why you did it because all the airports in America, like you go through TSA. The TSA, obviously, post 9/11 is pretty serious and pretty legit. They take it real serious. But they make you take your shoes off.
Yeah.
A Melbourne airport doesn't make you do that.
Yeah.
When you go through the scanners and
mate,
shit.
you got Birkenstocks, you slide those motherfuckers
Exactly.
off.
You wear the Birkenstocks strategically and the big socks to keep you comfy and warm on the flight. And Emily always complains about that. She's like, my feet always get cold on flights. So you converted it. She's like, I'm doing it. Next time, I'm copying Beau. I'm wearing socks and Birkenstocks.
Shout out, Emily.
Shout out to Emily.
Shout out to German engineering. I might buy a Mercedes to get to the airport next time. The Germans do it right. Shout out to my dad, who's German. He's a German immigrant. So
He's a German immigrant.
He is. He came over here on a boat after World War II.
Wow.
That was crazy. My dad was a baby in when they got liberated. The U.S. troops liberated. He was born in like 41. So
really?
He was too young to really see the first. But when they came in, and what was that, 45?
Yeah.
He would have been like 3. And everyone in this town in North Germany was like told to keep their heads in while the U.S. troops came through, heading towards Berlin. And there was people would poke their head out, and what happened was a few people did that. A few people got shot at, but my grandma, my dad's mum. How's my
really?
Family tree knowledge
Really?
on point?
Your grandma.
Yeah,
Who is she?
I don't even.
She's your dad's mum. That's
Yeah, it's my
crazy.
mum's dad, but my dad's my mum. She stuck her head out with my dad in her arms when the troops were coming through to have a look, like a moron. And the U.S. Army shot at the doorway and missed them by like a few inches. And my dad was like a baby in the arm, and he was there. I can't believe that. You think World War II, right? And
you think so long ago.
yeah, you think so long ago. And my dad was being shot at when they were liberating it.
That's crazy.
He was a baby.
That's crazy because like that's your dad's old.
My dad is old. I think he turned 130 recently. when he like
Wasn't he at the Lincoln assassination?
He was the assassinator. He was related. He was the second cousin of John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
How did I pull that name out anyway?
John Wilkes Booth, yeah.
Benjamin Franklin was
I was
a homie.
trying to think of what he said. He's got that famous quote right before he shot Lincoln.
I think I left the oven on. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like, I think I left the oven on. Bang.
God damn it. God nabbit.
No, I'm pretty sure he said, fuck the police, and then he shot.
Yeah. And then Eazy-E said that as well. So they could have been blood related.
John Wilkes Booth gave Eazy-E AIDS.
That's what Suge Knight said.
Yeah.
Yep.
That it was Eazy-E. I'm surprised with have you heard about 6ix9ine in his like court trial? You know,
I've been following a bit of that.
And he's like snitching on everyone. There's all these jokes coming out about him snitching on everyone. It'd be so funny if he came out and he's like, I gave Eazy-E AIDS.
No. It's too soon, bro.
No, it's not.
Too soon.
It was Suge Knight.
It's Suge Knight. That's a wild dude. I was watching. What was it the other night? They're trying to sell the Tupac car that he got shot in for $2 million. It's still for sale.
Buy it.
So, But they repaired it, and people in the comments were like, "Why did they take the bullet holes out of it?" I'm like, "That's fucking grim. That's real grim to say that."
Grim that they took it out, or grim that people
I don't know,
why
but
didn't
just
take
get
it
a
out?
deck
Why
tail
did
where
you-
the bullet holes went in, like, and just put it in a museum or something. It's in
Yeah,
Vegas.
You'd think
actually.
it should be in like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or something. I mean, I know it's rap, but like it's still.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so back like your dad. So yeah, he's quite old. I mean, he was born in the 40s.
But my mum's my dad, so how's
He
my
was
dad
born
my
in
mum?
the 40s.
He was born in 41.
Yeah,
But I'm
and
like,
so he
I'm
was,
46. Now I'm 30.
So
but
he was born in Germany, and then when did he come to Australia?
that would have been 50s, 51.
51.
52, and he became an Australian citizen. So that motherfucker I can't get a European passport because of that shit.
Yeah,
I
you
looked
can.
into that. No, it's too far. Your parents have to be within 20 years or something.
Oh, really?
He's been an Australian citizen since
Oh,
1956 or
shit.
something.
I can get a British passport.
Selfish. Yeah, but who wants to go there? You want to get in and exit.
Oh,
Oh.
well, if Brexit doesn't go through, that gives me a gateway to Europe.
Yeah,
Because
true.
they UK passport. And that's the best passport to have in the world.
Is it really?
It is the best passport to have on you. It is a British passport because no matter where you are, they will have an embassy that will they'll take down borders to
Really?
get you out of wherever you. Yeah. My dad when he was I'm pretty sure my dad when he was my dad was arrested in Egypt, and he
Dodgy.
with
He
his
is half
British
black.
passport didn't matter. They're just like, oh shit, all right, see ya. No, he
What
was.
did he get arrested for?
When you go to see like the tomb of Tutankhamun and stuff,
Yeah.
and when you're inside like the pyramids and stuff, no flash photography or no photography. Full stop. They're like, no, you do not take photos. He took a photo.
What a mad dog.
I know. It's just
That's,
like
that's
no.
basically treason.
Fuck this. I'm taking a photo. So he took a photo, and he got thrown in an Egyptian cell.
Really?
Yeah, no shit.
Which has 20 other people in it.
It had 6 families living there forever. 6 families.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough.
A maid.
What year was that?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I know he was about 20 or something. It would have been in the 80s because I know he backpacked. He backpacked like everywhere. He backpacked everywhere.
What a mad dog.
And
Did you know
he
your mum
probably
before
would have
that,
been
or
in the
did you
20s.
meet her after that?
No, because my parents both were had other marriages.
Oh, no shit. I see that a lot, even with customers on the tours. Like,
Yeah.
there's couples that have gone through some
Second
shit.
marriages.
Both of them. And then they get together, and then, it kind of looks like that's it. They learnt they're wrong. Big
Second
time.
marriages would probably be common because marriage is so prone to disaster.
Yeah. And it's
So
funny, you can
prone
go
to
through a
fail.
few girlfriends, and you don't get it right, and then you fucking marry, and it's always the second one.
I would hate to marry and like I want to get married one day and have kids and do all that.
Gay.
But I'm so scared to get married to the wrong person and go through a divorce.
Kids are more
That would
permanent.
be awful.
Kids are more permanent.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, hang on. What's the value of marriage to you? Because I'm not big on it.
I know you're not big on marriage.
No, I'm not. And I see it as a contract with the government. If you like someone, then what do you need to write a contract with the government?
I think I would see. I don't care about getting that piece of paper and stuff as well. But
You don't?
what are the chances of finding a female that's going to be like, oh yeah, I don't care.
Oh.
I would do it just to be like, yeah, fuck, why not? Like, who cares?
Just to do it once.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And once you're living with your missus for like 6 months, that's it anyway. Like you're
Well,
de
that's it.
facto, and in the eyes of the law, you are basically married.
Well, technically, that's it's a contract with the government. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that's different.
Yeah.
You de facto, as you said, 6 months.
But there are some benefits, like, like in terms of insurances and whatnot.
yeah,
There are some
there are
benefits to have that piece of paper.
some things are classified as dependent though, so you don't need to.
Yeah, well, having a dependent, there you go.
But that doesn't mean you have to be married.
No, but that's a tax write-off.
Is it really?
Yeah, having dependents.
We need to talk after this. Can you
See,
be
I
my
bet
dependent?
as soon as I turn it into money, you're like, yep, down.
I'm not like that. It's not often that I don't wake up every minute of the day and go, oh my God, I don't look at my bank account all the time. And there's not much in it. But, money
you're blowing
to
it
me
all
is
in
freedom. Money is freedom.
Money
It's
is
the
free.
freedom not to work 9 to 5, first of all. And money is the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want.
See, that's like, I'm hungry as hell for money as well. So hungry. Like, that's why I work my 9 to 5, which is it's not even 9 to 5, but I work as an electrician for my dad. and that's something that like I'm putting in toward my future. And then I work for you on the weekends as much as I can.
Yeah, right. You
while
fucking
still
bail on half of
maintaining
them.
a life. Yeah, well,
Oh, I've got a birthday. Oh, sorry, mate. Say no to a few $100, eh?
Still
Might as well
maintaining a
stab
social
myself in the
life
eye.
more so than you.
Yeah, well, I can be social with everyone. And look at, well, where am I right now, bitch?
Yeah, but oh well, fair.
I would have knocked off work and still come here.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I'm like hungry for money as well, and that's the same thing for me. It's like I want the freedom to be able to be like, I want to buy that, or I want to go here, and not be like, oh, can I afford that?
That's what scares me. That's what motivates me. Were you asking before what motivates me? It really is a freedom thing.
It's the freedom.
It's working those jobs for ages that you don't really enjoy, and you're like, oh fuck. If I hadn't found tours, I would have been real fucking stuck. And I was getting to the point where I was mentally like getting real tough with it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I studied audio engineering for 2 years. I spent a fortune. I didn't like it, even though I enjoyed the experience of going to LA and working in studios for a bit.
And then you got into carpentry.
And then I got into carpentry, and I just hated getting up. I hated being on the work, so I had unloading tools, pulling tools in, standing on a ladder, holding something up with the boss. You know, I'm like, this is shit. I've been in the same fucking pub for 11 years. Well, back then it would have been under 10. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
And this is bullshit. Like, this is not good enough. And I took a limb out, went on to tours, took a risk because it was more capital, it was more effort. Like, no one's there encouraging you. It's all your own mind. So and you're not sure. I doubted myself for years. I'm like, fuck, I don't know if this is going to work. And I'm worried. Is this sustainable? But, I kept my other jobs on the side, and then I just chipped away, and the jobs grew. They grew, and now I'm at a point where I can just work doing tours. So, and the good thing is I can employ people like you. They can pay their mortgage. Like, I help my mates out.
Yeah. That's another thing. You like, what is it? Probably majority of the guys that drive for you are mates.
Oh, at least half.
At least half.
Yeah.
Well, now at least half, but 6 months ago it would have been more. But now at least half because you absorbed another company.
Yes. Yeah, I purchased another company. Yeah, and that was through someone I knew. It was crazy. It's a small town thing, right?
Yeah.
So live out in the Yarra Valley, the best town in the world.
Creek.
Hillsville's easier.
Badger's Creek.
Yeah, that's confusing.
You
it
don't
sounds
live
like
in
somewhere in America. Same postcode.
That's like me saying I live in Melbourne.
Yeah, true. Ha! You do. Technically, you do, actually. And
no, I live in Pakenham.
Yeah, you fucking live in Officer.
Lakeside.
That's it. I'm in Pakenham. Lakeside. You just say Lakeside out here.
Yeah. I live in Lakeside.
Yeah. But yeah, buying the other company, it depends. Like, it was a weird experience as well. Like, I really sat down and cracked a good bottle. I'm like, I can't believe it. I just bought it. That's like a weird thing to buy a company.
It's a big step, I guess.
Yeah, and it was like every company is a different size. Like, it was literally run by one person. And
but to think and say to yourself, I just bought a company.
It felt like very Amazon-like. And that was something I always followed with bigger companies. They absorbed the small ones. And then I did that. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're motherfucking Jeff Bezos.
I'm Jeff Bezos. And next week I'm sending a rocket to Uranus.
Hey!
But yeah, actually another company came up for sale in the last 2 weeks. And I was really sitting on it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Anything's worth what, everything's got a price. Like,
definitely.
Everything's justifiable for a price. Like,
yeah.
If it's too much, then yeah. If it's cheap, then you go, well, fuck, why not? But I've chosen to sit back from that one, and I'm going to invest the money in the two businesses.
Do you remember when you first started Big Grape, I came to you and I was like, oh, I'll invest.
Oh, yeah. The classic, like, half-educated, bring nothing to the table, just like, I want to be in this. Yeah.
It wasn't like a half-educated, I want to be in this. That makes it sound so bad. It was more like a smart, well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but not smart. But it was me being like, I want to invest. And it's an investment in you. I wasn't investing in Big Grape.
Yeah.
I was investing in you. I wanted to be nice. Like, I want to give you money to see what you can do with this for a portion of your business. That was nice. I'm a fucking VC. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's good. I respect that. I didn't mean to make it sound bad, but I kind of look at myself like if I did that to other companies like you did to me, but now I'm more of the approach. If I did that, I like, what can you bring to that company?
Yeah.
Now, everyone just wants to say, give me a percentage. But what the fuck are you going to do for that company?
Money?
Yeah, but you don't need. I don't need. There's no
That's
capital.
What an investment is.
It's not a venture capitalist because I'm not a big like software company that needs to raise capital. I'm already running at a cruisy ship at the minute.
Yeah.
Like if I want to expand, I can afford to.
Anyway. You were at a place where you didn't want a capital investment. You didn't just want a money investment. You wanted you can invest and be a part of it, but you need to bring something to the table. You need to be working the company as I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And hey, always ask the question.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care. I asked the question. If you had said yes, and I'd given you $5,000 or something, in 10 years, who knows what that could be worth?
That's it. But what do you bring to the table? It's almost good. It's good to hear you did that, but half of it's an issue with me because I'm like, well, $5,000, are you just going to sit there and sit on think it's just going to work itself? You know what I mean? That's where I'm saying to you,
yeah.
What are you going to do? Because I don't really, and if I was desperate, if the company was worth like $1 million and you said, I'm giving you 500,000 and that's really going to help it grow to 3 million and I need that, and that's perfect. But on the scale I'm at right now, especially back then.
What would you value Big Grape at right now? If you had to put a dollar figure on it.
That's too hard to... too hard. That's sensitive.
There's
data.
no assets.
There's no assets, but there's an asset in the brand.
Yeah.
If you sell a company in Victoria, and I've looked them up, there's a few tour companies that go up for sale. People put really ridiculous price figures on it, and it's really what people are willing to pay. Yeah. A classic comment. Everyone says that. But
but as if you're thinking, I'm a VC, I'm going to value your company at something because then I'm going to offer you I value your company at 1,000 or I value your company at 10,000 and I want 50%. So I need to give you 5.
Okay. I'll go off the example of a bigger company than me that I've tried to value a bigger company than mine that runs a company. It's a public tour company, very highly rated. He's a friend of mine. He does enough. So you base the value of the company on the revenue for the year. You can sell it for a year's revenue.
Plus
his company would be worth, if he has buses and stuff and he runs public tours and all that, private tours, that would be worth 300, 400 for sale. Yeah. Something like that. That's top tier.
Yeah.
So, but that's not that much because he can turn that over in a year. So what are you really getting? What's it really worth? Maybe you should charge 2 years because why the fuck would you sell it? Yeah, if you're making that much money and you're only going to put you a year ahead. Yeah. You're either changing your lifestyle or you're over it.
Yeah. But
so it's good if you want to bail out.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a big investment on the person. My name's on most of the reviews, you know what I mean? So some people look at that as a negative.
Hey, my name's on a couple of reviews as well.
You're on the 100th one, baby.
I'm on the 100th. I'm on a couple now. Tori. Shout-outs to Tori.
Oh, Jesus. You got along with that group too well.
I got along with them great. That was the group that, I went out into the city with.
Christian goes out, takes the group out all day on this coach, and then he ends up partying with them till 2 a.m. in Melbourne. And that's what Big Grape's about. It's about good times till 2 a.m. Yeah, which I'm not going to provide. You can get Christian for those.
Yes.
I'm a stay-at-home green tea granddad.
No, yeah. Watches, Beau will take the corp groups. What's your favorite group to take? Because there's the corporates, there's the hens.
Well, if you want nudity,
the footy teams.
Not footy teams. If you want nudity, which I don't, hens parties are more prone to nudity, which is funny, but they get me in more trouble. Birthday parties are the
troublemakers.
Birthday parties are the most loosest, but I got to be careful with them.
I've had a couple of loose birthday parties.
Yeah, there's fucking just they're trying to outbid each other for the drunk award.
That was when I was driving Pablo Escobar's bus, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't encourage that. That's your own. I think that's your own tour, mate. So anyway, probably the best ones are the small groups. I've had some really great Northern Queensland girl groups.
Just like 2s and 4s.
2 to 6. Yeah. I love hosting a small group. Big groups do my head in. No, they don't do my head in, but I find it hard to connect with them. Yeah. But with a small group,
so many people to connect with.
Yeah, and you're not there. You're just a driver, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You host a bit. It's hard to find your way in without being intrusive.
Yeah. See, I had that group of the Irish travellers. There was 8 of them, and they did not want to borrow me all day. They didn't want to talk. They were not interested in me.
I see you sometimes, but like, fuck that
guy. But yeah, I like those the 2s and stuff as well. Originally, that's what you had me doing. You had me doing 2s and 3s and stuff in my car. Yeah. And yeah, I really enjoy those groups. They're fun.
Then you got a bigger license.
Then I got the big boy, medium rigid license. And now I can drive the buses.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
So...
But yeah, the big groups are tough because the big groups are like,
if you want to make it tough, it's tough. It's not. It's pretty easy. They look after themselves. It's
yeah,
just
yeah. To an
keeping them on
extent,
time.
like you have to do less in terms of hosting duties, and you don't get that many questions and stuff.
No.
But keeping them on time and keeping
it's tricky.
like 40 people, like, all right, back on the bus, and then 10 minutes later, no one's moved.
Yeah, there's a tactic. You probably haven't learnt them yet. You just go to the main person. You're like, okay, we're going, and I'll give you 5 minutes to finish, and we're going. And
Yeah,
do a round.
I'm getting that.
And you give them a bit of time, and then you're like, come on, guys.
Sometimes it's not the host. I found with the group I did on the weekend, it wasn't the host that I figured out early. The host isn't the guy that I can use to get moving. Like there was a guy that was sitting up front with me in the front seat because the bus was full, so he was sitting in the front seat with me, and he was kind of the mature and. You know, he was kind of the level-headed guy in the group, whereas the host was the birthday boy. Like he was just there to get
that can
fucked.
happen. Yeah, they get catastrophic.
But this guy in the front, he was the one. I'd go up to him. I'd be like, "So I need everyone back on the bus. We're going to go in about 5 minutes." And he'll turn around and be like, 5 minutes.
He does the job for you.
5 minutes. Finish your drinks. He was doing the job for me. It was fucking great.
That's true. That happens a bit.
Yeah.
Some people take real responsibility, especially with hens. There's the main matriarch hen. What are they called? The
maid of honor.
Maid of honor.
Oh yeah, I mean
matriarch. I've said that's Illuminati shit.
That's Illuminati shit.
But they're real like particular, especially with email. Like I've got customers I've sent 70 emails back and forth with, and they're just so like particular. That's great. You know, I'm there for that service. That's why people book me. Like I'm customized to the brim.
Yeah. Well, fuck. When we were in America, you were like answering emails and stuff at like 3 a.m. because it was like it was like in the afternoon in Australia. So we're all like shit faced passing out, and you're on your fucking phone.
Yeah, to Denny's Diner in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're replying to emails and stuff.
Yeah,
Denny's Diner in Vegas. At 2 or 3 in the morning, like after we've been on the strip all night, probably later, probably more like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, it was 5. Yeah.
And we go to Denny's because we want some like greasy food and stuff, and you just turn to the waitress and you're like, "Can I just get some steamed broccoli? I just want some steamed veg."
Mate, I'm just healthy. I'm a healthy motherfucker.
We're getting pancakes and bacon and stuff, and you're like, "I just really need some steamed veg."
Mate, you look after your body, it looks after you.
You do. You look after yourself. So you were also saying before that you run on your treadmill.
Yeah, what were we saying before? You were what do I do on my days off?
Yes, I wanted to know what you do on your days off, because you're a busy person. We've established you're a busy guy.
If the work's on.
And the work's on. You have this work ethic that like work comes first, not to your detriment, but work comes first in terms of it's my business. This is my baby. I want to push it.
Yeah.
So you work as hard as you can, and you know that's your focus. But you have days off. So after the work is done, what the fuck do you do? Because I make TV show and movie references and stuff because I love film. So I watch lots of movies. I like watching Keeping Up with the latest TV shows. That's my jam.
Respect.
So I make references and they go so far over your head.
They're
you look at me like a monkey that has just had its banana taken. You look at me like...
That's true.
What?
Shaggy?
Right?
Yeah, so I don't Netflix, I don't watch movies, I don't watch TV, I don't watch the news,
That's
do
fucking
anything.
crazy to me in this modern age.
It is, but I do watch YouTube and I'm on Spotify. So I guess I've streamed my life. I stream my life. So I sit there, I want to have control over what I watch. And recommendations are so good on YouTube now. There's always something to watch after that. Like, I was watching some guy walk under, they do like the urban adventuring. Like he's going through New York's like stuff. Just like weird stuff.
Like abandoned buildings.
Yeah, like I just got into that last week. And then I was watching there's a really good video that I got into heavy. It was a guy in Wales, and the title of the video is I attempt to cross a country in a straight line. And he walks from the border of UK to the coast of Wales in a fucking straight line. He cannot deviate. So if there's a gate 2 meters to the left, but it's not on his GPS line, he has to go through the bushes.
What?
Yeah. It's the best shit ever.
He literally stays in a straight line.
Yeah. He stays on a straight line across the whole of Wales.
He's a flat earther, isn't he?
He's a flat earther. But he fucks it up. He doesn't stay on track because sometimes like he does kayaking across a lake and he gets to a mountain range and he can't scale it, so he has to go off. That's why it's called attempted. But you can't find that shit on. That's more interesting to me than watching that shit with the guy's walking through the hotel roof watching people fucking shower and shit.
What is that?
Oh, it's called The Voyeur on Netflix. Voyeur or something?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, I find some interesting shit.
The Voyeur on
That
Netflix.
was half decent because there's a guy that owned a hotel in like the middle of America.
And what? It's just about this guy that pervs on people.
Yeah, he built it. There was a runway between all the motel rooms, and he looked down the vents, and he like witnessed a murder and shit.
What the fuck?
And he couldn't talk about
Is
it.
this real? Like,
Yeah, but that's the one time I watched Netflix. I know I just said I don't watch Netflix.
just to watch the
I just
most
want I want
obscure,
real shit.
retarded thing on there.
I've never seen Star Wars. I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I've never watched Harry Potter.
What the fuck is wrong? That's crazy.
Well, it's not interesting to me. If it's sci-fi, I can't process it. Like, I need real shit.
Yeah.
I need documentaries.
Star Wars is real.
Star Wars is kind of real. Chewbacca was the only thing that was real on that. Yeah, because I hear him in the cupboard all the time when I open it at my house. Oh, that's a fucking docet on a video. Yeah, man, I think because I'm always educating myself. If I watch a show, I need to learn something.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it like Breaking Bad, and I will like, what's that?
You watched Breaking Bad to learn how to cook meth?
No, I never. Nah, see, I know how to cook meth, so it doesn't matter. No, I'm joking. From Hillsville, bro. Baby Creek.
You cook meth and wine in the same room.
Yeah, there's a meth one coming out soon. You can get it. It's called Crack Me One. You can get that. It's a 2019 crack vintage.
Yeah, it's a blue.
Yeah, you got to put it over a stove and heat it up.
Yeah, I'm interested.
It's a Pyrex. It comes in a Pyrex glass bottle. But yeah, no, man. I think education's key. Like, I constantly learn and I constantly evolve.
So that's what you're doing on your days off.
Yeah, I'll look up a topic. Or even learning Excel spreadsheet. You know, just learning formulas to automate like costs and stuff.
That's crazy.
I'd rather do that than sit and watch Breaking Bad.
Wow. Okay.
It doesn't.
But what is that is your downtime?
That's my downtime is opening up a spreadsheet.
Like, that sounds rigorous on your brain.
Well,
like,
to be fair,
constantly taking in information. That's got to be taxing.
It is, but it's not because it's what I'm at. It's where I'm at. You enjoy a TV show opening. I enjoy doing a spreadsheet. Yeah, or watching Mark Cuban talk about.
After a long day, I enjoy turning my brain off.
I do turn off. I turn off when I'm watching YouTube. Watch Kimmel, watch all the.
So you do watch some entertainment. It's
some
all...
clips. I watch clips of shit. Like I love Conan remotes. Conan.
How good are the Conan remotes?
Yeah, just where he goes to different countries and stuff.
Have you been to the website? The Conan.
Nah.
Conan. I think it's called Conan 25 or something like that. It's a website. His production company, Team Coco.
Yeah. Or
Conan Co. Whatever they're called now. He's got a great podcast, by the way.
All right.
He has collected like all the best clips and best remotes and all that sort of stuff, put them up for free on a website.
That's sick.
Look it up because the remotes and stuff are so. He's hilarious. He's a genius.
He's better in the remotes than his show.
He's a genius though.
Yeah,
right?
he is.
Did you see the remote where he like went to Russia or the Ukraine or something? Like after his first season ever or something, he was like, "We're getting a lot of views in Belarus, or wherever the fuck it is," and he's like, "So we're gonna go see who's watching because it airs at like 2 a.m. over here. So we're gonna see who's up at 2 a.m." And he just goes to an apartment complex and starts knocking on doors and being like, "Hey, you watching Conan?"
He's good, man.
Or the who's the guy that he went to Italy with?
Oh,
Jordan Schlansky.
Yeah.
He stays in character so well.
Apparently he's not a character.
No, it's a character.
How do you know that?
Because you can see bloopers and stuff. Like if you Google, there's bloopers of Jordan when he drops character and he's pissing himself laughing.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's a character.
Fair enough.
But he does it. That's how well he does it. The first time I saw videos of him, I was confused too.
So good. The Italy one, killer.
Conan
Have you seen the wine?
Jordan Schlansky, so funny. Yeah, the wine tasting they do.
He's scratching the glass
funny.
on the oh my god.
Yeah,
that's the
very
best thing
funny.
ever.
And they realized very early. I'm a big Conan fan, as you can tell. Like, I've gone down this rabbit hole too, my friend. I'm a big Conan fan. He's hilarious to me. He's such a great interviewer. So he's got a podcast called Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. And it's just each episode is only about an hour long. It's about 40 minutes of interview, and he's just interviewing really famous people. And it's so good. They're fantastic interviews.
Yeah, awesome. I'll suss it out. I don't really have the patience for a podcast. Oh, what am I doing right now?
So you listen to podcasts. I know you listen to podcasts. Is that at home? Is that on the road?
Yeah, on the road, mainly because I'm driving so much.
Yeah.
I can be on the road 6 hours some days.
Yeah, because I mean, you live in Hillsville, so right next to the valley. So you're going to Bayswater to pick up a rental bus.
Yeah, wherever.
You're going to Melbourne to pick up the group.
Yeah,
Back to
Melbourne
Bayswater,
anyway. I go to Werribee. I
back
went
to
to
the valley.
Altona. Fucking massive drives. 2-hour drives sometimes.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Back and forth 4 times. And plus all day in the valley. And if you don't like the group, then you're stuffed.
Yeah.
It's the longest day ever.
Yeah.
So there's 13-hour days.
Shit.
But like, I'm not breaking a sweat.
No. So hang on, we didn't cover entirely what you do on your days off. Where does the fitness come into that? Because I know you do, like you said, you were telling me off air that you run on your treadmill while yelling at your alpacas. You have alpacas that you specifically yell at while you're on the treadmill to amp you up. You told me you get off on abusing the animals.
Well, from a distance. I verbally abuse them. So I've got big double sliding doors. I put the treadmill right in front of them.
Yeah.
So
that you can run into the
I slide them right open, and I'm looking at the alpaca paddock. And there's a sheep there as well. There's a random sheep there called Sugar Tits. That's its actual name.
Sugar Tits.
Yeah. So the alpacas are there.
Fuck.
And the alpacas are real curious animals. They're the breed of a giraffe and a fucking llama. And they're useless. They're fucking useless animals. I don't know why we
Don't we
bought
use
them.
their fur or something?
Their fur's really valuable, but you got to really clean it, and it's fucking just...
If they're useless, why do you have them?
It's a great question. The family members bought it. Shout out to my mum that bought them for no reason. Mum's an impulsive buyer. She sees a special on, she'll buy it. So I think there was 2 for 1 alpacas.
She Jewish?
She's not Jewish,
Oh.
to my knowledge. But yeah, like I just open the door and I can see them, and they always I start getting high volume runs going. You're running at 13s and 2 incline, and you do half an hour in, and I start yelling and shit. I'm like, yeah, bitch, yeah. my calves are self-destructing.
You become Mr. T.
Yeah, and I can see one of the alpacas just look at me. This was today, actually. It just pricks its ears up. And I start yelling at the alpaca when it's looking at me. So I'm just like, yeah, you like that shit? You like that shit, you long neck fuck? And it really helps. And they keep looking, and then the other alpaca will be like, what the fuck is going on? And it really motivates me to see the alpacas showing interest in my running.
Oh, why wouldn't it?
And the sheep even, it goes, meh. You can actually talk to Sugar Tits.
What does the sheep go?
So shout out to the alpacas for motivating me on my runs.
Yes, because I know. So you work out, and I know you eat healthy. I know you're quite conscious of what you eat.
Generally, until I found Magnum vegan ice creams. I've been
Vegan
buying
ice
3
creams?
packs of them. Yeah, vegan
Are you
ice
going
cream.
vegan?
I technically am to a degree. I don't have dairy. I eat meat. But
So you're just like a
I'm a
intolerant.
gan.
Again,
So I'm not vegan. I'm gan.
You're just gan. Okay.
I'm just gan. I'm a gano.
So
that's
that's
made that up.
yeah. Wow, I still can't get over why you just know just TV movies. To me, it blows my mind you haven't seen Star Wars, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, because you grew up in the thick of all the
for
hype
real.
of that. So what were you doing as a kid?
I think when my mates would say, let's go to see Star Wars, I'd be like, fuck that, I'll play Vice City or Grand Theft Auto.
So you were a gamer.
Oh, shit, yeah. And Call of Duty, yeah, for sure, in high school.
Yeah.
I'll even flick on Grand Theft Auto occasionally now just to kill hookers and get my money back. But that's fun. Yeah, I'm generally over that. I was into video games, though, big time. When I was
Once upon
younger.
a time.
Yeah, but not movies
still
and shit. GoldenEye. Fuck, bro. GoldenEye.
I know you like your GoldenEye. I've played you in GoldenEye and kicked your ass.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah, but I know.
Bitch.
Yeah, I know you were into GoldenEye. We've played that together.
Yeah, Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Grand Theft, all the Grand Theft Autos, San Andreas. Actually, I blame San Andreas for my obsession with going to America, because each city in that San Andreas, it had LA, San Francisco, and Vegas.
Yeah.
That's every time I've gone to America, which is about 10 times. I've done those 3 cities, and I just was obsessed with the desert, the hills, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Bay, and all that shit.
See, I think I love America too. I've been 3 times now.
Yeah.
Well, I feel bad. I feel like a pussy saying I've been 3 times. You've been like, I've been 11. But I think a part of why I love America so much too is the culture that I've grown up around. I've grown up playing those games and watching those movies and stuff as well. That I've been like, I've visited these places before, and now I get to visit them in real life.
Yeah, and it's just as grand. I mean, for every 1 Australian, there's 15 Americans. So you can imagine the scale of shit there.
And then for every 15 Americans, there's 30 Chinese.
Yeah.
More, actually.
There's more. What is it? 300 million Americans. There's 1.3 billion.
The the population of America fits after the decimal of the population of China. China's like 1.3 billion.
Yeah,
and
billion
America's
more.
like 300 million.
It's a billion more.
It's crazy.
We're dwarfs.
We are. Are you going to top those wines up or what? I've been waiting for your lead. I wasn't sure. I know you have to drive, but
they take a lot, those glasses. How many standard drinks are in these?
I know, but we're going to be here
4.
for a while. You can drive. You can have another.
I'm just very responsible because I rely on my license to get around.
That is one drink there, probably.
That is one drink that I would really enjoy. It's nice. Shout out to Tokyo State.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's drinking nice.
Really great.
So yeah,
lunch
like I'm curious as to how you grew up. If you didn't grow up watching Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and these big franchises that everyone has seen. So growing up, I know you grew up in Narre Warren.
No, I grew up in Sassafras in the Dandenongs.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Is that like the first place
primary
you lived?
school? Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
From
right.
1990
So
to 99.
on the fringe of the valley.
The 90s, the whole 90s I was there.
On the fringe of the valley.
Pretty much. It's 40 minutes from the Yarra Valley.
Sassafras.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes. 30
No
minutes. 30, 40.
way.
Yeah. Not under
I can
30.
do that in
Alinda's 30.
15.
I can do that in a helicopter. Shout out.
The Big
Big
Grape
Grape
Blimp.
Airways.
The Big Grape Blimp.
Yeah.
You gotta get
No.
a blimp.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If
Hey
you
there, blimpy boy.
Sassafras.
So you don't even get that, do you? That's a classic Simpsons
I have
reference.
no idea what you're talking
It's a
about.
Simpsons reference.
Monorail, because Conan wrote that episode.
Conan did write the Monorail
yeah.
episode. He wrote a lot of
It's
great
the only shit I
episodes.
know. If it's
He wrote
Conan's,
some of the best Simpsons episodes. It's crazy.
shout out.
And you know what? It's interesting. We're going to deviate off the topic here for a second
Uh-oh.
quickly because I love Conan. I have Conan knowledge. Is that he was a writer on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And so the last season he wrote was for season 8 or 9, right before everyone says the show went downhill. And so when he was there, all the writers said that if he had hung around, he would have become the new showrunner. He would have been running the show. He would have been the new showrunner. And it's interesting to think, I wonder what would have happened, because he left and subsequently a new showrunner took over, and that's when everyone says The Simpsons started going downhill. So it would have been interesting if he didn't leave and he became the showrunner, what would have happened. But anyway, back to your
Shout out, Conan.
your youth. Yeah, he needs
my dad.
He needs a shout out.
That's my dad.
He can shout me out. So back to you Sassafras.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you grew up in like Narre South.
I went to primary school, Sassy, and then moved down to Narre South for the high school period.
And this is with both your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lived in Narre South, bruh, Berwick Springs.
And that's where you became a famous YouTuber.
That is the house where I was on A Current Affair from. I also did Neighbours from that.
And you made your first rap video there.
That's correct. It started my career, which
We won't go
thrived
into
for
it because
about
I know
a
you
year.
don't want to. I know you don't want
It's
to bring.
all right. You know what? That was my first income, selling mixed rap CDs.
That's
at
crazy.
high school.
Selling rap CDs.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
high
I
school.
used to sell them at $5 a CD.
Did you really?
I sold. I think I sold 40 of them.
That's crazy. Where did the hip hop thing come from for you? Because you're heavily into hip hop and rap and stuff. Like you really genuinely wanted to see Nipsey Hussle where he was shot. That was something you genuinely wanted to do.
Yeah,
in
I felt that.
South Central LA.
Yeah, he was a man of the community.
Yeah.
So I respect that.
Back in the day, where did your obsession and your love? I know you loved music in general. I have a feeling it's got something to do with your parents. Your parents are quite.
They're black.
They're artsy.
They're artsy.
They're artsy
African Americans.
liberal types.
Yeah, they're Crips. The mum never popped Tupac. You know, I showed Tupac to mum and she respected Dear Mama and shit. She thought that, but then, yeah, he's in jail for sexual harassment. I never told her about that.
But did hip hop come first, or did Nirvana and like your?
No, Nirvana
rap
came
music
later. Hip hop.
came
No,
first?
actually, my first CD was Oasis. What's the story?
First CD you ever bought with your own money?
Yep.
Oasis.
And then Spice Girls.
Which Oasis album?
What's the story? Morning Glory.
Nice.
Yeah, that was. I remember playing that with the year it came out. I was fucking 6.
That's good.
Pumping like Wonderwall and shit.
Yeah.
But rap came in. New metal, like Limp Bizkit and Korn were the biggest thing in my life for
Nine
years.
Inch Nails.
No, that was later.
Later. Tool.
No, I only recently got into Tool
Oh, with the new album
because I
release.
found out he made wine. So
Oh,
I can claim it on tax if I listen to it.
claim it on tax. If I bought the album, I claimed $8 on tax.
Yeah, get some Maynard wine. I think I had a mate in like, there was like the game and shit. That got me in 50 Cent. That got me interested in rap music.
How did you discover those though? Was it friends showed you?
Yeah, I had a mate that was half Indian, but I always thought he was like black like them. Because I was like, I was like 13. I'm like, yeah, I got a black
in Australia.
friend.
That's the closest we get.
Yeah, I got a black friend, and like, that's really cool at 14 to listen to hip hop because no one else was listening to it. 2004 or whatever, 2003, and then Indie Club came out early, around that time, and Eminem was around, but I never fucked with Eminem.
I got real into Eminem when I was young too.
Yeah, I remember
when I was
saying
young. I think my older sister, one of my older half sisters, Jessica, she introduced me to a lot of the music that I got into when I was young. Definitely. Yeah,
like I'm an only child, so having an older sibling helps.
Well, yeah, it was for me. Music was also a very big part of my early life as well, and for me, it was upstairs in the bedrooms. My older sister putting Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Offspring on, and then I'd go downstairs, and because my dad's really musical, I'd go downstairs and Dad's playing
Spice Girls.
Dad's playing Status Quo is his hugest, biggest favorite.
Yeah.
Status Quo, Led Zeppelin. Mum would have Jimmy on. Dad has always had a big thing for the Beatles and Paul McCartney, Wings.
Dicko.
So I was getting the best of both worlds. I was being introduced to what was current and what was amazing in current music by my sister.
Yeah.
And then getting the fundamental classic knowledge from my dad. Yeah,
I'm jealous.
I'm jealous. It was very cool.
I'm jealous. I only had Korn on fucking Rage.
Yeah.
Because TV was my sibling.
I got Life is Peachy off one of my...
Fuck.
Off my... now my brother-in-law, but one of my sister's boyfriends. He had the album. I stole that shit.
You sold it?
I stole it.
Oh, you stole it?
I stole it. I saw it in his CD collection.
Adidas.
Korn. Adidas. Boomerangs.
Oh yeah, all that. That was a funky album. But,
Twist.
Yeah, I showed friends that, and they'd be like, "What the fuck are you listening to?"
Yeah. See, that was me too. I showed that to friends. I was always really excited to show stuff to friends.
You're me 3 years younger.
Probably.
With cooler parents.
3 years younger?
Because they have a bigger cellar door. They drink wine. Mine don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird where you come from. Like Channel V was real big. I used to just sit in front of Channel V.
I never had Foxtel.
Yeah, right. Feel sorry for you now.
Yeah.
Pussy bitch.
It's weird. My parents, for people that watch so much TV, they still record TV shows. I don't know anyone else that does that. That still is like, we're going out for dinner? Fuck, we need to set up these recording TV shows.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. In the age of streaming, everything is being streamed.
Keep learning, people.
Still record
Don't become
shows
old.
all the time.
But
yeah, for the people that watch so much TV, have never been interested in Foxtel. And for me, when I was a kid, I was like, let's get Foxtel. Like, you guys are watching so much TV. Like, why can't we just get Foxtel?
Yeah.
I wanted it for the music channels.
$40 a month. Fuck that.
Back then it was probably like $100 a month for the basic.
Yeah, well, that was the internet to a degree, like an extension to TV. Like it was like had more options to learn shit. Discovery Channel used to be like, whoa, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Channel V and all that shit. Music Max, they're running like countless fucking top hundreds about nothing.
Yeah.
Top 100 of 1989, April the 2nd at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'd sit down and watch that shit though.
Yeah, it was legit.
Whenever we were like on holiday or something and there was like hotels had Foxtel, I would put on the music channels and I just wanted to see what was going on. That was when I think I used to get introduced to music that way and I'd find bands and stuff that way. And like you'd throw it on and there'd be like a whole night of Metallica or something. I'd be
that's cool.
That's awesome.
But now we got YouTube.
We're in Vietnam, but I just want to sit here and watch fucking Metallica.
Dun, 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 dun. Shout out to James Hetfield.
Yeah.
And Lars Ulrich.
No, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
I hate Lars.
He thinks he's the boss.
He's one of the most biggest douches in the music industry.
Yeah, probably.
Chris Martin.
Stop Napster. It's still out there. Sean Parker. Assassinate him. Yeah, so shout out. I'm hot as fuck in this.
Does Sean Parker, you know this stuff more than me. Does Sean Parker does he still have a share of Facebook?
Oh, that's a good question. I know he's got a share of Airbnb.
Does he really? Because he's a VC.
Oh no, and
now,
Spotify.
Basically. He's a VC now, basically in the Valley. That's what he was doing with his.
In the bubble, in the bubble, they call it.
Yeah.
Not because it's bursting, because they live in a different planet there.
Oh, in Silicon.
They rip them like Mark Cuban rips any entrepreneur.
I wanted to go when we were
Valley.
there so bad.
Yeah, but what are you gonna look at the Google letters on a building that's massive?
I know, but walk around the Google campus and just hope some of that magic
Just look that
rubs
shit
off on
up.
you or something.
Look at it on Google Maps.
Look at it on Google Maps. Google Earth.
Go to Apple.
Wow.
If you're an Apple, go to the grocery store.
Yeah, there's the Apple campus and there's everything. I wanted to see that shit. But
Too much money though.
yeah, so much money in the valley.
California's GDP. What is it?
Silicon
The 10th in the world? It's not even a country.
Yeah,
it like
something
beats
like
every
that.
country. There.
It's huge.
Got everything, really, but that's including real estate.
Yeah. Well, I looked that shit up. I can't remember the numbers, so it's probably not even worth mentioning. But your equivalent to our council rates, the rates and stuff that you pay as a homeowner in LA is outrageously high.
Yeah.
So expensive.
Mate, go to New York. Go to Connecticut.
No one buys in
It's
New York.
insane.
Everyone rents.
Oh, in Connecticut, there's like land tax of $30,000 a year or something.
Fuck.
On a like $1 million house.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah, but it's like I know some of the culture and stuff in New York that wigs me out that people don't buy; they just rent forever. I couldn't imagine doing that.
Yeah, it's different vibe.
I know some people that will be renting forever, but that's because they're fucking retards.
Yeah, I
shouldn't
will
say
do the
retards.
numbers, I guess. If the well, I don't know. I'm still not sure. I'd own just because I want to own.
You do own.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, but
So yeah, that's one thing that another source of income you have is you have a apartment in Glen Waverley that you have on Airbnb constantly, and it's always being filled.
yeah, I thought I'd buy it to live in it, and then I put on Airbnb just to see what would happen. I thought maybe Saturday, Sundays, if I charged like whatever. Yeah, I'd live there the rest of the time. And what happened was I got a few bookings that were like 2 weeks. And then suddenly I was getting bookings for 9 months. I was just like, what the fuck?
What?
And I decided I hated living in an apartment. So it worked out perfect.
Why did you hate living in an apartment?
Because it's like a shoebox.
Yeah.
And there's nothing around it. And you feel closed in. And it's just like, I think owning property is overrated unless you could make money out of it. I don't care I don't really get the concept of home. I don't think your house doesn't define you. It's what you do outside your house.
Yeah, I feel you. Like
Yeah.
we're in my house at the moment, and
Yeah,
I
it's
bought
good.
that,
It's
and
nice
I
house.
just live here, and it's weird. It still feels like I'm just renting this place. It still feels
Well, it
like
started that way, didn't it?
Well, it did start that
Then
way.
you bought it.
legitimately. I rented and then I bought. But you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like, yes, this is my home. Like, I feel at home here and I feel homely. But I don't know, there's just this weird part of me that will, like, I don't know, yeah, it still feels like a foreign place to me.
Yeah. I'm flexible. I feel like I could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you need it? What do you need? What do you need? Like, how much shit do you really need? Do you just need somewhere to sleep, cook?
Yeah.
And I understand that with the apartment, but I'm like, I wouldn't own that apartment. I would have sold it.
I think there's an aspect of you that needs to be a bit more connected to nature.
But yeah, there's that. I like living in the Yarra Valley.
Yeah, exactly. Because you like the surrounds. You
It's
go
awesome.
on nature hikes and shit all the time.
Yeah, we were back on a national park, which is the Yarra Ranges.
Yeah.
So, fuck, man. Go
But
up
I
there.
see you on Instagram all the time. By the way, if you aren't following Beau on Instagram, follow him on Instagram. Give me what's your tag?
At Boheme.
Just Boheme.
Beauheme.
I say that because I genuinely think your Instagram is fucking hilarious majority of the time. But if you
When I post.
if anybody is listening to this, follow Beau because it's hilarious. But I see you on Instagram all the time doing nature walks and going to waterfalls and all that sort of stuff.
There is that. I do like that shit, but I also like, screaming at the camera and fucking run around naked. Not really.
And you're the most famous thing you've probably ever put out on social media. Pingers.
Oh, fingers. Yeah.
It's just this song. You're in the car looking at them, and you look just like you're just driving, and there's this song playing, like this banger
Pingers.
song, and then all of a sudden you look at the
Pingers.
camera and you dance along.
Pingers.
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 And it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And
Yeah.
yeah,
In the moment.
it was a moment thing.
There's too many people back then posting just pictures of food and shit we don't care about.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
It's not interesting.
I used to do that. I used to post pictures of food and stuff
Don't
all
be
the time.
don't be everyone else. Be yourself.
Yeah, the only time I'll put food up now is if it's something I've made. I don't put food
Look,
up
I'm not.
for
I
restaurants
just
and stuff
shout
all
out.
time.
The other day you did post a food thing, but that's fine. You
What
made
did I
it.
post the other day?
Oh, you were just like the American pie scene. You were just in the kitchen and you put the pie on. You're like, oh, like warm apple pie. I'm just making shit up.
I did not.
You fucked a pie
I
in the kitchen.
once.
That was in between girlfriends.
Yeah.
You have to keep Roger happy.
It's not Roger.
Darren?
No.
Sharon.
It's the unemployed.
Oh, Centrelink.
Yeah.
Centerdink.
Send a doink.
Link dick. Yeah. So.
No, that's
Shout
what
out.
that's masturbation. That's shaking
We're
hands.
not
with
going down this path.
shaking hands with the unemployed.
I'm a Mormon now.
You're a Mormon.
Oh,
now.
shout out to the
You're
Mormon
drinking.
church.
You should be drinking milk then.
Shout out to the Mormons. I went to Salt Lake City earlier this year. Went to Mormon City.
Really?
And they were
Did
really...
you go see that giant? They've got a big church there or something.
Yeah, yeah. No, you can't go in the church, but there was a bunch of weddings happening, and those motherfuckers, like 8 wives, yeah, fuck yeah, sign me up. I was so close to signing up there. So they've got all little recruits around the Mormon community. It's like this big area in the city. They own so much shit, it's ridiculous. They
Yeah.
own like a skyscraper in Salt Lake City connected to this amazing garden.
Because
of the
in
church.
America, you monetize religions.
Oh yeah, it's a tax. I was like, look at Scientology. That's the best tax write-off I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
that's not just tax write-offs though. They you have to pay for membership.
Yeah, that's
have
what
to
Mormons are like.
Pay to be in it.
I'm not joking. It's the closest I've ever been to signing up with it.
Why?
They were so lovely, and the girls were all amazingly good looking.
Were you brought up religious at all?
I was Christian school.
Yeah, you went to Sassafras Junior School.
That was not Christian, but yeah, from basically high school.
Yeah,
It's
you went
Catholics.
to St. Francis
Catholic.
Xavier, that's a Catholic school, isn't it?
Yeah, it's co-ed Catholic.
Co-ed Catholic.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they.
that was good though, being to a co-ed school. I nearly got sent to an all-boys school back when.
Yeah.
And
I
was
went
like,
to an
okay.
all-boys school for a while, and then they introduced women.
Damn, homie.
Yeah.
Bring them in.
The first like 20 girls just got free rides. They all got scholarships.
Really?
Yeah.
Come in,
It's like-
ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is like an expensive private school. You would have heard the name of the school before. I'm not going to mention it, but expensive
Mazenod.
private school. What?
Marta Christie. No, I don't know. What That's an old girls' school.
Expensive, well-known Victorian private school chain.
Oh,
and
yeah, okay. You want to shout out my high school? You don't
can
want to say yours?
Nah, people can figure it out. There's one in Berwick.
Oh,
there's one in the city,
H-Town.
there's one in- Yeah, H-Town. Anyway, yeah, like I was there year one.
I forgot
I
about
had
that.
the first female in H-Town in my class. I remember.
On your lap.
Oh, that's fucked.
Santa Christian.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
What do you want for your birthday? I mean, for Christmas? Because you're a old Greek guy now. I've just made your accent up.
Next time. That's a terrible thing to say. If I'm ever single again, I've decided what I'm going to do.
Shout out, Emily.
After sex, I'm never going to be single again, let's be honest.
He's signed in.
I'm signed up.
He's got ball and chain.
Yeah. If I was to ever be single again, though, you know what I'm going to do? After I sleep with a woman, I'm then going to get real close to her ear, and I'm going to be like, was that good for you too?
Russian
the
mobster shit.
thickest Russian. Was that good for you too?
Oh, man. What the
Can you
hell?
imagine that in your ear?
I just felt it then.
Yeah.
You're in my ears, basically. I had headphones on.
But yeah, no, so I was there. First females, we're paying this outrageous sum of money to send kids there. And all these females are coming in just because they're female and they're trying to introduce females. They're just getting free rides, scholarships.
You got to bring them in somehow. That's marketing right there.
It's terrible.
Shout out to
I got so
that school.
disenfranchised with school.
What do you mean?
I was kicked out of there. And when I was kicked out of there, I was
What were we
just
kicked
like,
out for?
school, these schools, they don't give a shit about anybody. Like, they just need to make money. That's it.
But if you have money, they give a shit about you.
No, they don't.
Oh,
They see you as like you're a fucking...
So you're a piece of meat.
You're a walking paycheck.
That's fucked.
It's crazy. Well, if you think about it, their product or their service or product that they're giving away that they're selling is an education. You're a material to that.
Yes.
That's all the that's all the school children are. They're materials.
I'm
I would probably much happier to send my children to public schools.
I'm for homeschooling.
You're home for you're
No.
homeschooling.
Not from a social aspect, from the structure of the school system.
Really?
Coming from, like, I don't like using the term because it's overused by a lot of wankers, but being an entrepreneur, fuck, I hate saying that. I'd rather just say run my own business.
You are though.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like the connotation a lot of people put with it.
Entrepreneur.
Look, I'm an entrepreneur.
Puts you in a group with Elon and Richard Branson.
Yeah, I prefer Elon. Nah, he can be weird. How do I know? I don't know him. Saw him on the podcast.
You don't know him, but you know his media advisor.
Yeah, I took his head of Tesla Media Communications out.
In the valley.
in the Yarra Valley not long ago.
And he was like, "Hey, come over to my place in."
So they're in I think they live
What
in
was it?
San Francisco. They're in San Francisco
Was it?
somewhere. I don't know where.
I thought he invited you to like his place in like Lake Tahoe or something.
Oh no, they're gonna place in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. That was
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Which is like they got an Airbnb, but his missus is like a.
And then when we were going and you tried hitting him up, you got no response.
That's right. I got along better with the other couple.
He punked you so hard.
Well, he's a busy man. They were under the pump. Tesla were getting inundated.
Yeah, it was probably right after the Joe Rogan interview.
Well, I had him just after the Joe Rogan interview.
You had him just after the Joe
And he was
Rogan
the head of
interview.
communications for Tesla. So he was the middleman between every fucking CNN, Fox News. And he said it was carnage. Like,
All that
and since then he's actually been he let go of. So,
Really?
yeah, they got rid of him.
Why?
Who the fuck knows?
I feel like he managed that shitstorm because maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. They're good dudes. I've got them on Instagram, and all they do is just travel the world. Like, there's 1 minute they're in fucking Santorini, and then the next minute they're shooting fucking clay pigeons in the UK.
That's crazy.
His missus, though, had, like, cancer. So they live in their life, you know.
Oh, wow.
She had bad, so she got better. And they're like, fuck this. He obviously got paid shitloads through Tesla.
Yeah.
And they're just doing their own thing. And I just watch.
Yeah.
And I might hit them up if I need accommodation for Coachella.
Yeah, accommodation.
Even though I
Coachella.
wouldn't, I'd stay at the Marriott or something like that, like last time.
Like last time,
that
because
was
you've done
sick.
that too.
There's nothing like going to Coachella in a bus from a 5-star resort with flamingos in the pool. Fuck camping in the desert, you fucking hippies.
If I was going to
Nah,
go to
shit,
Coachella, I wouldn't fucking camp there either. Because that
It's
would
hot as
be,
fuck.
Not just that, the amount of fucking people.
Oh, and the dirtiness and the
The
dust.
amount of fucking people.
It's 120,000 people a weekend.
Fucked.
Or more.
I've
it's
heard
a clusterfuck.
Well, this is
It's
interesting. I
clusterfuck,
want to
John.
ask you. There's some people have said that Coachella is really not worth it unless you're like VIP because the crowds are so big. You
I
can't
would do
get anywhere near stages.
Yeah, you can't, and I hate going through a crowd. Like, it does my head in. I got in a crowd crush near the Sahara tent, which all the DJs go to, and there was girls screaming in the middle of it because they were getting crushed.
Fuck.
And that was on the outside of the tent. That was just walking through the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucked. Like, these girls
So
were short.
big.
Like, they were getting suffocated. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. We were pretty lit, but when we saw shows, we had to stand back fucking heaps.
A mile.
And I hate walking through a nightclub of people. I hate walking through a crowd of, like, I don't want to be that guy, really.
I hate that shit too.
So, festival.
I can do it because I'm big, because I'm tall and big. Like I can push my way
you're
through
a big
crowds.
boy.
If I go to concerts, I can push my
You're
way
a
to the
big
front, and I'll
banana.
do it if I really have to. But I don't like it.
For real. Coachella's the only festival I've ever been to, and it was an absolute clusterfuck.
It's
So.
the only festival you've ever
I
been
did
to.
Future in 2009.
Surely you've done Big Day Out or something.
Nah, I skipped them. I didn't know you. If I'd known you.
If you'd known me, I would have dragged you along.
But you were probably 12 when I was 18.
No
So,
shit.
I'm like
Well, not quite.
I'm a
I was
granddad out in these
15.
streets, bitch.
It's 3 years. Jesus.
But I don't know. I've seen some good concerts, but they've been smaller, you know.
Yeah.
God bless. I saw Soundgarden before Cornell killed himself.
Best concert you've ever seen.
I've raised so it's Queens of Stone Age and the emptied pool at the Cosmopolitan on Las Vegas Strip when there was 800
Wow.
people in the crowd
That would have been pretty.
just before their Clockwork Orange. They did a re-release of their first album. It was a 40-degree night in Las Vegas outside in an empty pool. We were the crowd in the pool. They were on the edge of the pool.
Fuck.
Yeah, 800 people. That was it. $40 a ticket.
What?
Queens of Stone Age. And then the other one was that same fucking trip. This is 2011. We saw Rage Against the Machine at LA Coliseum. It was their first show in LA in 20 years.
Jesus Christ.
And they were supported by Muse.
What?
And Lauryn Hill.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Lauryn Hill?
yeah. Like,
That's random.
I can't remember any of her songs
No.
from that show.
Who is... I don't even know who she is.
Yeah, but they had riot police there and police helicopters. People that started fires every 10 minutes in the pit.
That's crazy.
And the crowd was wild. Just like we
that
parked.
would have been a crazy pit.
That was crazy. We weren't in the pit, but Dana White from UFC was in the pit. He was
Really?
moshing. Yeah, there was a video of him after it.
He would have taken people out.
Yeah, but he was just like, I fucking love Rage Against the Machine, yeah. Rear naked chokehold. No. But those two were sick, man. What about you?
Greatest concert I've ever been to. That's really hard. I've been to so many. My first concert I ever went to, I was like 3, 4.
What?
I was tiny.
What the fuck was that?
Status Quo.
Status Quo?
Yeah, my dad loves Status Quo. He's been going.
Is that the
every
band that says
single
turn
show
on
that they-
MTV, microwave oven? Is that
What?
them?
No.
Oh, fuck. Don't worry.
Rockin' All Over the World.
Nah.
Rockin' all
Hey, bro, I'm not gay.
over.
I don't listen to that shit.
No, they've got some really cool songs.
So
But yeah, I
surely-
was tiny and like wore big earmuffs,
yeah.
like earmuffs, so because it was so loud.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've been going to shows since then. Some of
Surely
my
so-
favorite bands I've literally seen, like Violent Soho, the T-shirt I'm wearing right now. I've
Yeah.
seen them about 7 times.
Shit, bro.
And Amity Affliction, I saw them like 6 or 7 times. I've been to so many because that was my life for so long, and it's still like I would go to shows as much as I can. But greatest concert ever, fuck, that's hard.
Maybe think about atmosphere as well. My ones are probably based around atmosphere and a good show. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's a lot of good shows.
I went and saw La Dispute recently up at Suki Lounge in Belgrave, which is such a cool, intimate, small venue, and for like a really punky show like that, it was awesome. That was so good. And after the gig, so all the band get off, but the lead singer songwriter, like this amazing guy Jordan, he stayed on stage. He was like, he just sat down on the edge of the stage, and like this is a small venue, so there's no security barrier, there's no security or anything. You're at the foot of the stage.
Yeah.
He just sat down, and everyone was going up to him to take photos. He just sat there for a good solid 45 minutes to take photos with everyone that came up to him, chat with them, sign things. He just sat there with a big smile on his face the whole time, because this is a small-ish band. Like, they're not hugely well known.
What's the name again?
La Dispute.
Lardis.
So they're kind of like heavy-ish music, spoken word poetry sort of
Right.
lyrics, like
Okay.
really, really fucking cool stuff.
Interesting.
He's an amazing songwriter, amazing. But yeah, like playing this gig and like so many people are there singing every word along with it. So he's just so grateful to be halfway around the world
Fucking
in a
oath.
tiny
Where are
little
they
country town. They're from America. They're
They're
from
American.
Seattle.
Oh, fuck Seattle.
I don't know. They're
No, I'm
from
joking.
somewhere on the West Coast.
Well, they got to be good, right? West Coast is the best coast.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, like he just sat there. So I went up and spoke to him, and I was like, the first time I heard any of your songs was they've got this really, really intense song called King Park that has got this huge climax at the end. The lyrics, it tells this story about a kid that gets shot by accident in a drive-by.
yeah.
And at the end of the song, the police have cornered the guy this gang member that shot the kid. They've cornered this guy in his hotel room. He's locked the door, and the police are outside his door. And he's regretful. He's sitting there because he didn't mean to shoot this kid in this drive-by. It was at a bus stop. He didn't mean to shoot the kid. And this song climaxes in this this guy being surrounded by the police, and he's saying to the police, and he's screaming because he's so emotional. He's screaming, "Can I still get into heaven if I kill myself? Can I still get into heaven if I kill myself? If I turn it on me, if I even it out, can I still get into heaven if I kill myself?" And the whole crowd is going nuts when he played this live. Everyone's screaming along to it. And anyway, the first time I ever heard the band was that song. I was laying in bed one night with the lights off, like trying to go to sleep, and I was listening to Triple J, like hard, short, fast, loud, or something, or in one of their hardcore channels.
Yeah.
I was listening to Triple J, and that came on. So I'm sitting in there with like good headphones on, listening, and I had a physical reaction to it. I had shivers. I was like,
Jesus.
it was just such an intense experience. I sat down and I told Jordan this when I met him. I was like, first time I ever heard your music was I heard King Park. I was laying in bed, the lights off, blah, blah, blah. He's like, wow. He's like, that would have been incredible. I was like,
That's cool.
I was like, it actually was. I was like, it was insane. I just want to thank you for your music. It's brilliant. It was such an incredible experience. Thank you so much. I got a photo with him.
Now take a photo with me for my gram. Yeah, I like that, and that's good that you get that,
That was
to
probably
the artist.
that was probably that was like the most recent gig I've been to. That was probably the best I've ever been to. It was amazing.
Damn, homie, that's special that you can connect with the artist like that.
It's so special when you get to connect to an artist like that.
Yeah, and he's at that stage where he's cool, you know, who he's just cool in general.
Yeah, well, they've been around. I think they've just released like 6th album or something. They've been around for a while. Like, they're not new.
They're playing Suki Lounge.
They've been around for a while. They're playing Suki. They did 3 shows around Melbourne. They did 1 in the CBD, 1 out here, 1 on the west side, like Geelong or something, in a country town on the west side.
Yeah.
They did 2 country towns and like a 1 show in the CBD.
What's the cover charge?
It was like $40.
It's good money though. Isn't it?
I actually got in for free because a good friend of mine is a manager over at Suki, like the only guy I talked to from high school, from school in general. Nick. Shout out to Nick for getting me and my good friend Chris. He got us tickets for free, so we went.
Damn, this man's got connections. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got free tickets forever. It's to Suki Lounge.
Not me.
If you subscribe to the new podcast with no name.
Yeah, the podcast with no name. Maybe that's what it should be called, the podcast with no name.
The Unanimous.
No, that's a bit corny. How long do you want to keep going for, man? Like, it's 8:10. How long do you want to keep this going for?
Well, I mean, I think short, sweet.
You think short,
sweet? I mean,
sweet?
sometimes there's too much information.
Yeah? We've
like,
covered...
I like good information, shorter spouts than long drawn out to me, personally. Yeah. I know a podcast can be drawn out, but...
It can be.
But like...
I think we've just about covered not really. I've got a list of questions and stuff and topics here. We haven't covered all of it.
Did you print them out?
Yeah.
That's fucking swag right there.
Yeah,
let's smash through them. Let's try and smash through the questions.
I don't know, man.
Let's do it.
We did touch on very shortly where your music and stuff came from, because you've recently done another rap video and more rap songs. You're constantly writing these funny, silly rap songs.
Yeah.
But where does the musicality in you come from?
Okay, so shout out to my artist. That's me, PB King. It's Pussy Bitch King. That's my rap name.
That is.
It's the first single off the album Doesn't Exist. It was Pussy Bitch Thought. We shot the video for in Vegas.
We did. We shot a music video for it in Vegas.
Yeah, and now I've got a new song coming out called Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir. And that's going to be shot in Napa in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're going to Vegas again.
Go over there, shoot that, yep. I might shoot that, do some wine-related stuff, because it's the industry I'm in. It'll make a bit more sense. It'd be funny for the people in the industry.
And the song's called Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. I like Pinot Noir. That's my favourite drink. And I bag all the other songs. But musically, I don't know. I made the rap songs in high school. I learned how to record. I used to record the songs. I used to put an instrumental on one audio track on a video editor, and I'd put the audio over it. So that was it. That was my audio editing program was actually a video editing program. Yeah, you could convert it to MP3.
Yeah.
Then I could burn the disc, and I learned how to print labels on disc, how to make I did booklets and all that shit.
I did booklets as well.
Yeah, I did everything. I did a bonus DVD with one of the last one in year 12.
Yeah.
Called the Heme album.
The Heme album. If anybody has got a copy of the Heme album, if anybody for some reason listens to this and has a copy of the Heme album, please hit me up.
Send it to...
I need to hear the Heme album.
I've got a copy of it somewhere.
I need it.
You don't need that.
I need it.
It's banned in Australia. It got banned in 2010.
Jeez, with our classification.
No, I'll get it to you if I find it. But it's got a DVD with it, and that's where the DVD shit I was posting to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I had
that's where your YouTube channel.
Yeah, that and all the rap songs and stuff went on there. I was making beats, and then did audio engineering. I thought I might develop the beat making side of it. I wasn't going to be a rapper, but I wanted to make the music. Then I wrote my beats. I did recording, and I thought that it was a bit of a money grab at the place I studied. Like RMIT probably got more credit than that, but it was JMC in South Melbourne.
JMC's got a bit of credit.
Fuck. The curriculum in 2011 was shocking.
Really?
No, they just took money. It cost like 13 grand a year. Still paying it off. And I did that. Then I saw the side of the industry. I just stopped making music after I did the end of that course. I went to LA and connected with some studios and mastering engineers and all the back house people, not artists. And I'm like, this is fucked. Like, you can't make money out here. Everyone and the people are killing it. I went to Tom Baker mastering that did all of Marilyn Manson and they did Stone Temple
Pilots and stuff as well.
Nah, Stone Temple Pilots.
Tom Baker, the name sounds familiar.
9 Inch Nails, Deftones.
Wow.
He did all that shit, so I went to his studio.
The Deftone albums sound amazing.
They're really well produced.
When I was engineering, when I was doing a bit of sound engineering and stuff, all I ever wanted was for whatever drums I tracked and whatever drums I mixed, I wanted them to sound like Deftones drums.
Deftone drums, yeah. There's some fucking...
That's all I wanted.
Like My Own Summer and all that's good. And then finished that, and I went off it. And then it wasn't until recently I started making with my skills I'd made years ago and the free software that's out there now. I don't pay for video editing software.
Yeah.
I got a microphone like these. I just recorded something at home and I brought out Pussy Bitch Thought for my 30th. Thought it'd be funny to film, and now I'm going to keep doing it because Only when I get inspired, though.
Just as a creative outlet.
It's a creative outlet. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then people enjoy it.
Yeah, we do.
You know, I connect with people that I never talk to otherwise. They send a message and go, "What the fuck was that?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
no shit.
How you been? Oh, whatever. They laugh. They can't believe someone in their friendship groups fucking producing like the video that came out for Pussy Bitch Stop was decent. Like that was decent produced video.
It was.
It was good. It had
and
the Bentley
it's
in
just
it.
like you fucking around in Vegas, but like fucking around in the sense of like taking the piss out of hip hop videos in general. Like,
pretty much.
You had the Bentley Continental GTC.
Yeah, the convertible Bentley.
The convertible, like dark cherry red convertible, like driving around Red Rock Canyon Park in Vegas with your, like you had a white shirt open with your chest out and everything. And like, oh my God.
Put a link in the description.
I'm actually going to put a link up.
And that's just fun. That's definitely a creative outlet. So there's some of the music. That's the creative music side of things. So, what's the next question?
What about like your parents? Are either of them musical?
Mum listened to Sabbath and Creedence. My dad listened to fucking Boney M. And he used to make me listen to that shit when I was 10.
Oh really?
My baker on the rivers of Babylon. That was some ABBA shit mixed in with some Afro music. That was some weird shit. I only fuck with Fleetwood Mac and Creedence, really, from that era.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever do music lessons?
Yeah, I used to play guitar. I played guitar for 6 years. But I was shit. I was as good as guitar as I was as a carpenter. Just fucking break shit. I could never tune a guitar for my fucking life.
What?
But it was good, and I thought I was good. I remember my instructor saying to me once, "Never ever stop playing guitar, Beau." Like 6 years in, I stopped that year. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm not Clapton. I ain't fucking with this shit. But
I can play Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm done.
Yeah, I've got an electric guitar at home still. I got acoustics. I got a drum kit and everything.
Do you ever use them?
No. I play a little bit of guitar occasionally when I want to. Nothing else matters. That sounds good. I'll play that. I'll play it for an hour and I won't touch it. Yeah.
Nothing
Can't deal.
Matters.
My mum is my dad. But yeah, that's it, man. That's just a bit of, I thought I was going to make it in Hollywood to a degree for a few years. I really
tried.
I went there with dreams of connecting with. I was talking to the Queens of Stone Age producers. I connected with 9 Inch Nails crew, the Marilyn Manson crew. I remember, I never forget. It was the most Hollywood thing that happened there. I walked into the studio. I got signed in by security. I went up this elevator. I went in the studio, and the chick at the reception's like, "Hey, Beau," because I got in contact with the reception crew. She's like, "Hey, I was just on the phone to someone." I'm like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" She's like, "Oh, it was Sting." I'm like, "Oh my God." It was like nothing. Like Sting was just calling up for some pricing for some mastering or some shit. And he wanted to, or there was something going on. I don't fucking know. But Grammy award-winning producer, but he was running out of work.
Really?
Yeah, and I also went.
It is a cutthroat industry.
Oh, it's fucked. Even because all this shit was happening, all the home mic setups, people were recording at home. So they only go to the top studios like Record Plant or whatever.
No room for small studios.
No, LA's got some good ones that still be used, but I went to the one where they recorded Simpsons for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The one in West Hollywood called Complex Studios. They had the Big Neve board, it was $1 million board, and Church of Scientology came in and cut it. They bought half of it, so they cut the Neve desk in half, and the rest went to this Church of Scientology. They sold the half for like $600,000. That shows you how fucked they are. Like they don't have any work, so they're just like, well, fuck that, $600,000 sitting in the office.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, well, because
this is 2011, by the way. This
Neve
is not
desks
like now.
are like modular, like you can add more channels and stuff. So that's what you mean when you say they chop it in half. They didn't literally chop it in half.
I saw chainsaw marks. I'm just saying. But yeah, it was just
Tom Cruise himself went down and was like, "I want your knee."
But that was so cool though. Like a lot of people, I just emailed people I gave them a personal story about how that studio influenced my life through the credits on the album I loved.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how I got into studios.
How did you fund that?
It was a trip with the lads, like we did.
How long were you in Hollywood for?
2 days. Like I was only there to just meet some people.
Oh, okay, cool.
and just go to some. I did a whole day of driving around, and like like we hired the Mustang that trip. A lot of people go to California and they hire the Mustang and they take a convertible and they drive to Vegas. But we had that car. We did exactly that. But I just left the lads at the hostel, and I drove around Hollywood for a day going to studios in this fucking silver Mustang with the top down. It was very, very cool feeling just to be there and do that and feel like I had purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, checking into these studios where your idols recorded records. Like,
that's crazy.
Fuck? To me, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely.
But
walking into a studio where, like, an album that you've been listening to for years, where it was recorded, and you just think, who walked through these halls? Mm-hmm. What magic happened here? That's crazy. Yeah,
platinum records on the wall. I never seen so many platinum records in my fucking life.
That's crazy.
Saw like Marilyn Manson one and Downward Spiral.
Oh, fuck.
And all that shit.
Spiral is one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, it's banger. It's the greatest. But
I wanna fuck you like
mate, take me to dinner first. And yeah.
That's crazy.
Swagged out.
Time in Hollywood.
R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle.
R.I.P. Nipsey. I reckon we wrap it up there, man. Thank you so much for doing this. This was pretty awesome.
It was good. Great mic setup. Shout out to whatever this is called.
The mic?
Christians Unknown.
Yeah. Shout out to this
podcast. What about Parts Unknown Christian? No, that doesn't make
sense.
Unknown. That's an Anthony Bourdain.
We need to think of I need to think of a name for this. But I'm thinking if anybody listens to this, give me fucking some feedback. Tell me what you thought about this. Thank you very much again, Beau, for coming and doing this. I thought that it'd be interesting. I think you're a really interesting dude. I think you have some interesting stories to tell. I think we need to do this again because honestly, I think there's a lot more that I'd like to cover with you, and there's a lot more I'd like to get out of you. Yeah. Like, I think we won't do it now. We won't rush it. I think we'll do this again. I reckon we do this again, and we get into some other stuff that I've got here. But yeah, thank you for coming. And like I said, if anybody listens to this, give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. I might keep doing this because this was pretty fun. Depends
on your guest.
Even if it's just an excuse to sit down and do this with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I never get time to sit down and talk to someone for, what is that, an hour and 40 minutes like this. So even if this is just an excuse for me to talk to good friends of mine and get to know people better, I'm happy to do that. But yeah, if anybody listens to this and thinks it's cool, finds it interesting, let me know. I'd appreciate any feedback. And hell, if you think of a name for this unnamed podcast, tell me.
Christian and the Pussy Bitches.
My dad, when he was young, he was in a band called Chris Climax and the Orgasms.
Chris Climax and the Orgasms.
Yeah. My dad's Chris.
Your dad's
He's
legit.
Christopher. I'm Christian. And yeah, when he was like in his teens, he was in a band called Chris Climax and the Orgasms. And I thought that is the best band name I've ever heard in my entire life.
Talk about hyping yourself up.
Not me.
Shout out to Christian.
Shout out to Christopher.
Let's take him to Vegas. Family trip.
I'd love to go to Vegas with him again.
Let's do it.
I went when I was 16 and I didn't get to do anything.
Oh, you didn't have enough fake ID.
I'll take him to Vegas. Anyway, thank you, Beau.
Thank you, mate. Blessed.
Peace.
Peace.